Hello and welcome to Solent Sports News for our live watch-along of Iran versus England. I'm joined by Ollie, Will and Neil. So guys, let me just read you out the England starting 11. So we've got Pickford, Luke Shaw, Stones, Maguire, Trippier, Rice, Bellingham, Mount, Saka, Kane and Sterling. Will, what do you make of that?
I really like the team. I like Bellingham in there. Obviously I'm a Newcastle fan, so seeing Trippier's a great addition. Yeah, Saka as well. I think we're a very attacking team. I think we're going to have a good go.
Yeah, it's got a bit of pace about it as well when you think, like, in Nations League it's all about 3-5 at the back, but now he's gone 4 at the back, kind of out of nowhere, put 3 in midfield, then
it's good
quick wingers.
Good to be back at 4 at the back.
Bit disrespectful to Iran, maybe?
Do you think?
I don't know, like we're playing a 5 at the back against all these great teams, and then we've seen Iran just play at 4, we'll keep possession.
But how good are Iran really?
Well, Taremi up top. 5 goals in the Champions League,
watch.
13 across all competitions, playing for Porto. Azmoun on the bench though, 41 goals in 60 appearances. That is good. The Iranian Messi, as they call him. So that is big.
Iranian
This is the only
Messi.
group with all 4 teams in the top 20 in the world.
Yep.
So
Is it?
Yeah.
Really? Because no one's really talking about this group as like a difficult group.
Carlos Queiroz as their coach.
Yeah.
Look at Carlos Queiroz. You know, I don't think we should disrespect them too much. This isn't like a,
That's what I've heard, that they can get goals, but defensively a little bit weaker.
They're playing for about themselves.
But England don't always tend to
they've taken
attack
the knee.
people.
Taking the knee, look at that. Come on, boys.
And we wait for kickoff. And England's World Cup campaign begins.
Let's go.
He's coming home.
Too early
He's
for that,
coming
too
home.
early,
He's
too
coming
early.
home.
So how do you think we'll approach this game? Possession? Try and...
I think we just got to go for it.
It's quite an aggressive midfield. Like, you know, we're not playing 2 6s with the 4 like Phillips and Rice. It's just Rice and like Bellingham. He's got the most touches in the box for Dortmund in Germany. It's not like he's a box-to-box midfielder like people think he is. He's almost like a Frank Lampard. He arrives late on the scene, scores goals. So.
Having Rice in the team allows him to go for it, doesn't it?
And then Mount is 10.
Max, before anything, the social media is now chattering about the inclusion of Harry Maguire. What do you guys make of that? It's big.
That is the controversy, isn't it?
For me,
raised,
if England start in a back 3, you play Harry Maguire. Because he's done it for England multiple times in a back 3. But back 2 I think is really dodgy, but I also wouldn't play Eric Dyer in a back 2. For me it would have been Ben White.
Yeah.
I think if we play France in the quarters, like how it's lining up, then we'll play 3. Hopefully Kyle Walker's back in. He can sort of match Mbappe on the pace.
I reckon it's a set piece thing. That's why Tomori's not even in the squad. Like you've got Maguire, Stone, and because we're missing a sort of classic 6, another body. I think he wants Maguire as for set pieces, defending and attacking, which Maguire has done for England. To be fair.
Do you think he's under a bit of pressure, Maguire? Because when it's social media, you know what Maguire is.
Yeah.
It's all over the
But there's a few of them in the England squad like that. You've got Maguire, Trent Alexander-Arnold's having a really tough time with it, and obviously he's not starting today. Yeah, I agree. People calling him the £100 million flop, which I don't actually think he's been that bad. Grealish for Man City. I do want to see him get some game time for England.
It's one of those where you kind of assist the assister a little bit, a bit like Odegaard last season.
Yeah.
Drives at players, and then he'll pass to Foden, and Foden will get the assist, something like that. So
That's the thing. If Foden's not in this team, how is Grealish better than Foden?
yeah, that's the thing.
Nah. I tell you what is a shame.
Outball to Trippier. Trippier's so high up.
Go on.
It's a good ball in there.
It's a good ball in there.
There's Jude, look, Jude, edge of the box. That's him all day.
England are already controlling the game.
Yeah. I mean, look how high the fullbacks are, Shaw and Trippier.
I just love Trippier.
Remember his goal in the semi-finals against Croatia?
Yeah.
Oh,
Unreal.
Life may have peaked
Set
at that
pieces,
point.
probably the best in the squad. Maybe Maddison, but...
Did you guys think that moment, oh, he's coming home?
I did. Yeah, we did, yeah. That was it. Definitely. Go on, Trips.
What like resurrection of form though, Trippier. Like, I know he was never bad, but when he left England, all the English media kind of forgot about him and said like, why is he in the squad? Yeah, literally is. That's the thing. Because Southgate's always backed him, but people thought you're taking 3-4 right wing backs, but you can't really leave Trippier out.
To be fair, they have all
Yeah, no, it's mental.
It's almost good that we've got all these. Here's Maguire.
Foul
there, Maguire.
Looking for a penalty.
They're looking for a pen.
Heavy appeals by Maguire.
They're doing the sort of the train, you know, the train where they.
I did like the train.
Yeah.
But luckily, Kane isn't taking corners.
Almost a foul on Stones as well. That's a foul on Stones more than Maguire.
But well, they're both of them.
I can't lie, that's a foul on Stones.
Surely that would go to VAR.
Nothing. No VAR, no VAR.
What did we think about VAR yesterday? Did you guys see the Qatar match against Ecuador?
That was topical, wasn't it?
I think it was the right decision.
You think it was the right decision?
Yeah,
I think a lot of people don't understand the rules.
There were 2 players behind the goalkeeper, so that
Yeah, it was bad because I was screaming at my TV going, it's corrupt, this World Cup's corrupt, and then you actually see it and there is a case.
Does the narrative feed into your objective thinking?
No, 100%. 100%.
It did for me for a while, and then I had to see the simulation.
Is it?
Play on.
Play on. I'm baffled by that. I thought they're starting to give more decisions, but I guess we'll see. This isn't.
Yeah,
it's in like obviously UEFA in the Premier League.
It's a fact.
They get given this.
Yeah, it's officiating different, but you'd think that the Premier League is usually quite tougher.
Yeah.
And continental footballs, more fouls are given across the board.
The Euros in France were loads of pens, weren't
But respect to the international referees, when it was the Euros and the World Cup, the best VAR use was there, and people were like, oh, let's use VAR because they were really good, and then the Prem have been poor. So I don't think you can blame continental officials too much.
I remember that World Cup, there were so many penalties. Like every game was going. Like that Grankvist for Sweden, his centre back scored about 3 or 4 goals just through penalties.
It's all the handball change. That's why as well. The handball was a mess back then.
I think it was 4-1 England to win to 0 before.
Okay, right, we'll keep an eye on that one. Ooh, something about that ball by Trippier.
Yeah, what are your guys' predictions? I'm thinking 2-1 England. I think Taremi will score.
3-1. 3-1 England.
I said 4-0 yesterday.
4-0? Oh my god.
I thought they were just going to go for it after Nations League.
I would 2-0.
2-0.
England?
Yeah, I think that's
okay, yeah. You never know. Iran could do something.
I think Taremi from a set piece or just a strange out ball, Maguire flat-footed.
I mean, we're almost 5 minutes in and I can't say Iran have had any control or touch of the ball.
No, that's true.
But again, England haven't really posed much of a threat. I know we're only 5 minutes in, but apart from that one penalty appeal that came from a corner.
With the heat out there, though, the defensive team will get tired.
What is the heat like out there? Do you know, in terms of, because they've got air-conditioned stadiums?
No, today it's actually quite hot. It's 30 degrees Celsius, and the fans outside the stadium who were queuing in, they're struggling.
Jeez.
So struggling to get into the stadium?
Yeah, so because of the queues and stuff, because it's air conditioned inside, not outside. So
yeah.
Apparently, the Qatari government did provide them with a lot of fluids, which everybody appreciated, but people were struggling, that's for sure.
Luke Shaw about to put the ball in. Right up to Saka, and can't get out of it. It's just that final ball is a bit.
Yeah, we're controlling the ball well though.
They're moving it quicker than I've seen us move it, I have to say.
I'm surprised Iran are pressing as much as they are. I thought they'd just be low block, but look at that, that's press.
Yeah.
They won't get tired unless they start winning the ball back more.
Go on, Saka.
Saka pressing up
defensive
high.
Play from Saka.
Still going.
Oh
my god, he's still going.
It's fantastic from Maguire, that.
England would have thrown.
Hopefully England do reach the final, but what do you think about the scheduling? Because if England win or they play the final, they're back, they play proper Premier League football. Boxing Day.
It's ridiculous.
I'm sure Spurs won't bench Harry Kane.
No chance, no. He plays every game.
The League Cup,
yeah.
like 2 days.
Yes, it is, yeah.
Well, Spurs been knocked out of it, so Kane gets a bit of a rest.
So City, with their 16 players in the World Cup, could be a chance to beat them.
I think there's a Row 1 championship game on the 3rd as well, like Sunderland, and then there's not another game for 7 days. It's really odd.
Saka jinxing past and play. Oh my god.
Advantage ref, foul.
Yeah, I was going to say, that'd be ridiculous.
I'd love seeing you play 2 up front.
Wilson.
Oh,
right.
Do you think Rashford
let Harry Kane drop back a bit, Wilson
I think
in the line?
Yeah, to be fair, but then you wouldn't play with a 10, you'd play like 2 midfield like Bellingham. Yeah.
Do you think Rashford will come in the second half?
I don't think Rashford should be in the squad. I'll be blind.
No, I think Rashford suits England's squad quite well.
Yeah.
If you get Harry Kane dropping in and playing balls over the top to Rashford, it could be lethal.
The counter attack. He can't play
but he's kind of got a bit of.
Good ball. Good ball.
Oh, side netting by Harry Maguire.
National routine, that. National routine.
But all the chances are coming from set pieces, which we've seen from England in the past.
It's international football, though. The stats.
Yeah.
So many more set piece goals.
Do you think that's because of the coordination? Probably these guys don't spend as much time as with their clubs.
Way less cohesion.
Yeah.
Way less.
I mean, that's a great ball. The keeper, I think, got a little touch on it. And yeah, 2 of the Iranian players went down.
I'm sure he would have whacked it away if it was Man United.
Did he get a touch? I don't even know.
Ooh, yeah.
Did he get a touch?
Just taking out his own goal.
I thought he did, but.
He did get a touch.
Yeah,
maybe.
Touch.
Yeah,
Sterling might have knocked that in.
Nick on Sterling.
Although we know Sterling.
Rice can't believe it. Look, Rice can't believe that Sterling's not scored.
And the 2 Iranian players clatter into each other.
Oh, bodies on the line, to be fair.
Yeah. Speaking of keepers.
I think he might have got a touch on.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, that is
great.
Jeez.
Bodies on the line, shot.
CTE concussion call.
Love those Tiempos. Classics.
4 days.
It's a Newcastle tactic, right? Time wasted.
Already. I'll tell you, Nick Pope is incredible at that. It's an art form, what he does.
Yeah, skill. Hardly get booked for it as well. So.
Tell you what, if the keeper's actually injured, or if it's just superficial, you know, whatever, if he's actually injured, this could be huge. Who's the backup keeper?
Or for Iran?
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
Where does he play?
I'm not sure.
He's got full on nosebleed.
Oh, that's bad.
I don't know.
That's bad.
But no, he's been a bit of trouble.
I think,
The heat will just evaporate.
Right, so I want to get, while there's a stoppage in play, I want to get some predictions from the 3 of you for your World Cup.
Oh.
Who do you think is going to win, firstly? The big one.
Uruguay. What? Argentina-Uruguay final.
Uruguay?
Luis Suarez, Darwin Núñez, Federico Valverde,
Yeah,
Bentancur. They've got an underrated
They've
side.
got a good team,
Jimenez,
but not
Uruguay.
winning team.
Can't they meet Argentina in like the round of
Semis.
16?
Yeah.
No, they can meet them in the semis.
Semis, yeah. That's how it is.
Well, they're in the group with Portugal. They're in the group of death with Portugal, Korea,
Ghana.
and Ghana. So.
Oh, that's
But I think Uruguay, honestly, people underestimate them. When you look at their team as a whole, centre back pairing of Arejo and Jimenez, midfield, they play 4-4-2,
Yeah.
midfield of Valverde and Bentancur,
Yeah.
and then striker Darwin Núñez in behind Luis Suarez,
Suarez,
silkiest,
yeah,
one of the silkiest
I mean, just
footballers ever.
getting out of the groups almost harder, isn't it? Because they've all,
Yeah.
like, all games must be really even, so...
But you know what? I personally think people are talking about Brazil. You know, like as he said, on paper, I mean,
Yeah.
probably.
Yeah.
Brazil,
people
Argentina
talk
are the
about
odds-on
Argentina,
favourites.
But you know what? Germany can be a big surprise. I mean,
Yeah.
People are not talking about Germany.
I don't think they've got it.
They play Brazil in the semis, I think.
I don't think. I'm
Before
not
you
sure they'll
guys,
even reach there, to be
Before
honest.
you guys talk about anything, there's the curse of the defending champions. Do you think France can break it this time around?
I think Denmark will top the group ahead of France because they beat.
You think France will
I don't
go?
think France will break that curse. I think they'll
Really?
I think they'll
Oh.
lose, yeah.
That's a bold
I
statement.
think we'll be.
I think France got Benzema's out.
Yeah.
And Kunku's out.
Yeah.
I know they've got a good team around it, but Varane's a doubt. There's a lot of
their
shaky.
defence is
And they play very defensive for such an
In
attacking
Nations
team.
League, they've been switching from a 4 to a 3, back to a 4. They're a bit all over the place.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
so who else is number 9 now for France?
Well, Giroud is chasing Thierry Henry's record.
Is he?
Oh,
Giroud's chasing the all-time France scorer, which is incredible.
Wow.
Yeah, he's chasing
Yeah.
Thierry Henry's record.
He's a World Cup winner. He's a Champions League winner. He's a wow. After he left Arsenal, by the way.
So, I mean, they still have great players. Usman Dembele,
Yeah.
But they lost to Denmark
Griezmann.
twice.
Oh no,
I think
Denmark.
Denmark will top the group and France will be second, which will shake up the whole round of 16.
They lost to Denmark at home as well, didn't they?
Yeah.
Paris. Yeah.
Denmark are really solid.
Yeah.
Mele.
If they're just like
Eriksen.
their midfield is so well balanced.
They're lacking a striker.
That's the thing.
Yeah. Who they'll have?
I'm thinking.
Is Poulsen still around from?
No, they'll have Mbolo.
He's Swiss.
He's Swiss.
Who they have?
I'm thinking Argentina.
Dolberg?
Argentina. I think that's what I've heard the
I
most
think their
schools.
team is better than the Brazil team.
They beat them in the Copa.
And
Yeah.
that was.
That's it. If,
Brazil have just lost that one game in the last
yeah.
14 months or so.
Yeah,
Just one
I
game.
think the last time Argentina lost 2 years ago was against Brazil.
Yeah, I say with Argentina.
Yeah, it's in 2019 they've not
Yeah.
lost, yeah.
With Argentina, it feels like for the first time they've got a balanced squad because like you see like 4 years ago, you see their attack like,
They just had no defence.
ooh, but then they just get hit on the counter.
Now they've got like Martinez.
Yeah,
as well.
Romero.
Someone actually solid at the back.
And
Yeah.
who do you think will get then, guys, player of the tournament?
I hope Bellingham gets it. I hope Bellingham just.
I think you've got a young player as
Oh,
well.
young player.
Yeah,
sorry.
true.
Player of the tournament? I think Uruguay win it, but I think Messi. It's Messi. The romanticism is Messi. If England don't win the World Cup, I want Argentina.
Well,
to
surely
win
if
it.
you think if Uruguay are going to win it, there should have been a Uruguayan player that wins
Yeah.
that. You'd think.
No, I don't know. I'm not so sure.
For Uruguay, like Luka Modric won it for Croatia because
Yeah.
he got Croatia to a final.
Yeah, but
I put a quid on Uruguay to win and Valverde to get golden ball, whatever player.
Yeah.
He's
That's
been
not
playing
bad.
well.
I just like Uruguay.
50
I,
to 1.
I do like South America as a whole. I think Brazil,
Yeah.
Uruguay, and Argentina. I think Europe's quite weak right now. For the first time, probably since like 2002.
There's still a lot of
Brazil.
quality, but there's a lot of like iffy teams. Like, you don't know what you're going to
Germany,
get.
like Spain, possession. Can they score?
Yeah, I don't
Germany,
back Spain.
They had that
They're
mess with
really
like,
young.
really
Really
young.
young too.
Musiala though, young player of the tournament. That's my
Musiala,
game.
yeah.
Which team could be a surprise package in tournament?
Uruguay. No.
Oh, yeah.
Apart from Uruguay.
Maybe it's recency bias for me, but like Ecuador played some nice football
Yeah,
last
they
night.
did,
I
they
can't
did, they
lie.
did.
Well, I could see them beating Senegal.
Come on, they were playing
What
against
about
Qatar.
No, but like the way they were knocking it about, they could have got loads more goals. They wanted to get more goals. They
yeah,
fully
they
just.
I think Canada absolutely obliterated CONCACAF.
Canada,
they topped the group.
Their coach is a Geordie.
Yeah, is he?
Yeah.
With Japan as well. A lot of people are excited about Japan. Possession-based football.
Yeah.
Might keep some possession against the big sides.
They've got a lot. They've got a lot of players. Like, I think like half their squads are all from the Bundesliga, so they all like play very similar way.
Ito,
Qatar
Matoma.
are the reigning AFC Asian champions, not Japan, not Korea.
He shouldn't be playing on any longer.
Yeah, what are the concussion protocols here?
I don't know, but he's been down for how many minutes? At least 6.
How long have we lost? 5.
This has been a long time.
It's been a long time, yeah.
Surely you can't
We've discussed
continue.
everything, I guess.
It'd be interesting to stop the actual stoppage time at the end of the half. Will it be an extra 8 minutes?
Is he coming off?
I think he's coming
He
off.
has to, surely.
Now this backup goalkeeper is young.
Yeah.
Get some long shots.
nervous,
That's it, you might as well test him if he's not expecting. Oh my god, his nose is battered.
Bro, he should be on the field.
To get him off, there's no chance he should
Get
play.
the Batman mask.
He's got a double nose now.
Yeah, Son's wearing that at the minute.
Yeah.
That's not okay.
That is bad. That is
That's
bad.
bad. Yeah.
Put his body on the line there for his country. Fair play. I respect it.
He's put his nose on the line.
His nose looks like a river.
Yeah, that is.
That's on a bad
It
sign.
looks like a fake prosthetic
Come on.
nose.
Yeah.
Just get him off. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know why they're messing about with it.
Oh, that's
Even his
huge.
eye looks a bit shaken up.
Oh.
He
Exactly.
does
Yeah,
not.
yeah.
No,
Believe
he's
scored
continuing.
the goal.
This is
I cannot
wrong.
believe
This
he
is
scored.
actually.
See, in the NFL are getting mad criticism at the minute because one of their quarterbacks was staggering and carried on playing. There's new concussion laws at the minute. And Alan Shearer did the documentary about
You know what?
football.
Even in cricket, they've about the concussion rule. They have a concussion substitute now.
Yeah, same in rugby.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is poor. I don't agree with this.
This is actually.
This is mental.
The roll-on sub.
I wonder how bad their goalie is though.
you got to give it to the lad for just staying up for his country. And it's a big game.
No, I respect him because someone should
But
be looking
yeah,
out
but
for
that's
safety.
yeah, exactly.
It's like a boxer, you know.
Emi Martinez against Newcastle the other week. He went down for about 10 minutes.
His
And then 10 minutes later he goes down
his
again.
body weight might be just up by 5 kilos. That knows.
This is where the most damage happens. When you have one concussion,
Yeah.
when you get multiple concussions after the first, that is where it sees
Yeah,
you.
yeah.
Yeah.
If he gets
Because
hit
your brain
again,
is rattling
that's-
around.
Remember
as
there
well.
was a rumor that Lloris Carrier's got a concussion in the final.
That's what
Yeah.
he said. Yeah, with the Benzema.
Yeah.
I'm not sure about that.
If that's true, he should have come off. But I think it's a
Exactly.
cover up because he made one mistake and
We
they
are
fully
gone
bottled
Great
it.
on the attack, full pace.
I would like to see us just take on the man a bit more. Like
Yeah.
one-on-one.
Like
Some-
a Grealish type.
Just little step over.
some
and go,
risk.
like-
Saka can do that. Saka's got the dribble.
Yeah.
Saka can do that.
Whereas Sterling's more of a poacher-ish player. He doesn't dribble as much.
So assuming England go to a 5 at the back when we play some hard teams, which I imagine we will do because that's
Yeah.
what Southgate's set out. Who are you playing? 'Cause a little bit of me thinks whack Saka left wing back. And
Left wing back.
yeah, 'cause that's where
Yeah.
it's,
Something about that.
Oh, the
yeah.
keeper's gone down
Oh,
again.
he has to go.
He has to go. His safety has. This is terrible.
I mean, it's a ridiculous
It's
decision you
just
can
obviously
continue.
not alright.
More damage would have been done from him walking around being concussed.
There you go.
Look, he's so dazed. This is poor.
How bad is their backup keeper that it's like this big of a deal to do it as well?
Yeah.
Like, this is what you gotta
I can't
think.
lie, this is
This
really
is- I
poor.
don't think
Those
about
two
that.
medical
I think he's
staff
been
not
stubborn.
doing that straight
You think?
away.
Yeah.
He's been
He's having a
stubborn.
Kepa moment.
Because of course the player's going to want to continue, but if
Yeah.
it's not over that, UFC fighters want to continue when
Yeah.
they don't even realise they're being knocked out.
But at some point you've got to realise like, what's best for the team. If you're a goalie and you're feeling dazed and can barely see the ball,
It was a
This happened to
fat
Pickford.
hit
Yeah,
as well.
like,
This happened to Pickford.
you gotta go off.
Come on straight away.
Poor
Oh,
guy.
Pope's come on right now.
He thought I would have a chilled afternoon. Yeah. He thought I would have a chilled afternoon, but there you go. End up.
yeah, that's the thing. The
Box
goalie,
office, yeah.
a goalie you never expect to come on. So like, when it happens,
Do you remember when Netherlands they changed the keeper?
Oh, Tim Krul came
Tim
on.
Krul,
What
yeah,
a
yeah,
moment.
yeah.
Newcastle legend.
Which side was it? Costa Rica? I'm not wrong. Brazil World Cup.
I can't remember. There was
Costa
Oh
Rica.
yeah, it was Costa Rica.
Yeah.
Wasn't it? Brian Ruiz
They,
scored that
remember
goal.
Costa Rica topped the group? The
Yeah,
group of
Brian
them.
Ruiz was
Italy,
an absolute
England,
monster.
Uruguay. Yeah.
Yeah, that Costa Rica team is almost exactly
Oh, wow.
the same as the Costa Rica
That's
team
a
now.
good sight.
The Costa Rica team, they were level on points with the US and had to play a playoffs to get through. And Keylor Navas, oh my God, he saved them so hard.
Really?
Yeah,
just in that chance again,
Oh, that's oh my
Wow.
God.
and the injury. Jesus,
I'm surprised the defenders were right as well.
people thought you could play on. They are,
I don't like when players shake the heads of someone that's concussed. really irritating me.
But this is unprofessional. I mean, this is not professional at all.
Yeah.
I know everybody wants to play on. Remember Ronaldo in the Euro final? He wanted. I mean, everybody wants to play on that.
All those moths flying into the face.
Yeah.
So the keeper's finally coming on.
Dimitri Payet was the one who tackled Ronaldo in the final.
I can't remember.
Payet.
I just remember Ronaldo becoming manager.
Manager, yeah, he did.
I remember Ed scoring.
So yeah, the keeper is coming
How
on.
random was that? How random was that?
Do you remember Ronaldo doesn't score free kicks anymore, but when he had that free kick against Spain, everyone just he's going to score. Everyone knew he was going to score. He just did. Like, even though he's not scored a free kick in ages, he's terrible.
I think that was the last one he did.
I was watching that with my Spanish mate, and he just like glitched out watching it.
But what a game that was! 3-3.
Great game.
Wow. Sochi.
Yeah, but that was Spain lost to Russia as well, didn't they?
Yeah, there are some penalties. Yeah.
Me and my mate was watching that.
Russia reached the quarterfinals, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Do you reckon we just shoot at this keeper, test him?
What do you think?
Trippier, give him the
Trippier,
ball, bang on, son.
Did England beat Russia last quarterfinal? Was it England?
England beat Sweden.
Costa Rica? No,
You're talking about the World Cup, the Euros?
Yeah.
No, 2018.
2018. We beat Colombia and we beat Sweden.
God, we had such an easy road.
Yeah, I know.
When you think about
What do
it,
you guys think about Belgium, by the way? The hot favourites of 2018.
Golden generation has slowly slipped by them.
yeah, they're going to need a De Bruyne masterclass, I think, because otherwise they don't really have
but
much
do you think
else.
they've got the surprise because they're not the favourites?
They've not got the defenders for it.
No, they still got Alderweireld and Vertonghen, I think.
Yeah.
But
Well, Fast is on the bench.
And stuff like that, though.
well, yes, Tottenham are forced to sell him.
starting for them, and
he's all in again.
He doesn't even play.
Also, just to confirm with that substitution, that counts as their concussion substitution.
Yeah.
So they still have 5 subs.
Be surprised if he didn't. Yeah, Eddie Howe was the first manager ever to make 6 subs in the game, wasn't he?
Yeah.
I was there.
Historic moment.
What a moment.
Premier League history.
How do you guys feel about?
He made 4 all in one go.
Jesus
Yeah, there's only 3 slots.
Do you like the 5 sub rule?
Yeah.
Do you?
Yeah.
Do you not think it caters towards the big teams a bit more?
Definitely.
Who have like the big, deeper squads?
But
Yeah,
I
but
think
you
it's
say
good
that.
though.
It's like you see Man City.
They do have the better teams, but the worst squads will have less of the ball, which means they'll be more tired. So it means that the lesser teams will have fresher legs than they normally would.
Yeah.
So I think it's a bit of a pseudo debate. It's like,
Here we go, lads. How's our marking going to
see, Taremi. Now this is where
Who's
Taremi.
Oh, he's lethal, isn't he?
What's that number?
Lethal.
Yeah.
Who's that? Number 15?
Well, he's known as the Iranian Messi.
Pardon?
He's known as the Iranian Messi, is he?
No, that's his moon on the bench.
Oh.
Not fair enough.
Oh, by the way, just to confirm from social media that the keeper actually was the one who took the call to continue. So
Of course he did.
Yeah,
They will. It's up to the.
But like the medical staff have to make
staff.
the final decision.
I swear you're not
That's
allowed
their
to do
job.
that in the
but
Premier
Yeah.
that's his decision. But that should be the medical staff decision.
Yeah, exactly.
I swear they don't do that in the Premier League anymore. They don't even ask him if you want to play or not.
No, they ask him where.
I mean,
are
I'm sure
you?
in a World Cup.
They
Yeah.
don't know. They take them
I'm
off.
sure in a World Cup final, if Max is playing, he's half dead, he will still say, I'm coming in.
Yeah, and you got to just not. That's an awful free kick. But it comes out. Gonna try whip a ball in by Iran.
Oh,
Sorry,
not a
all
bad
the way.
cross, was it?
So it's the first bit of defending England have to do,
I love
Well done.
Oh,
With the
and they
counter.
should get it away.
Oh.
Goes out for a throw in.
That'll do.
I'm expecting at least 8 minutes stoppage time this half.
Oh, at least it might
Sure.
be even 10.
Could be 10.
So I feel like we barely watch any actual football.
Yeah.
We've been watching the same guy down the pitch for. Yeah.
We saw that cross come in, and then Iran got a free kick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was ages ago.
One of our loyal viewers is my dad back home in India. Hi, I hope you're doing well. Good
Shout
evening.
out.
Shouts out to his dad.
He says Argentina are going to win the World Cup.
Argentina.
He's backing my point.
No, it is a good.
I'm slightly ashamed no one said England. I'm not going to lie. You're not getting behind the boys.
In my mind, I am England.
But your heart's Argentina.
Yeah, wait, what?
Nah, it's coming home.
I just want to be that hipster way. If Uruguay do win it, I can forever say I called it. But if I don't,
Denmark
like,
will go
I guess
deeper
Uruguay.
than Uruguay do.
I think
I'll
both
call it
of
that
them
now.
Then you say.
It's on YouTube. You can post about it. It's on YouTube.
Exactly.
But what do you guys think would be success for this England team in this World Cup?
Semis. We've got to get to the semis.
It all depends on the run because
Yeah.
if you don't beat good teams, does it really matter?
Do you think England have a better squad in 2022 than 2018?
Definitely. rising players like Saka, Foden have come into their own in the Premier League. This is great football.
Yeah, I think our older players as
very
well,
tricky question.
More mature as well, aren't they? So
If this England side played Croatia in that semi-final, do you think? If
know.
that Croatia side, if you remember that.
Yeah, they were unreal to be fair. They were flying as well.
We don't have a
morale
midfielder.
and everything.
We don't have a midfielder that's as good as Modric. That's for sure.
Yeah, but that's again,
Their morale was just so high, wasn't it? They were just running
I mean,
off emotions.
they were a team, weren't they?
Yeah.
But they were robbed in the final, though. Come on. They were robbed in the final.
Robbed. Don't even robbed.
Robbed.
Griezmann just doing the L on them football dances. Ridiculous. Ridiculous.
Oh, come on, England. Just get in the game a bit more. Just get nearer their
I don't mind
goal.
it. I think Iran are going to get so tired.
Do you think? Because this seems to be the pattern of England a bit recently. It's a lot of passing around the back, and we're passing it quicker than normal.
If you saw Manchester City doing this, you'd be like, yeah, they're going to win.
Yeah,
You know what
true.
I mean?
Yeah, you're not wrong.
I'm not saying Southgate's Guardiola. Don't get me wrong. But I think this is fine.
But hey, they've got a new keeper on. Get into the goal. Test him.
That is true.
But are we underestimating Iran so much by saying that, if England keep the position, they'll be so tired that the game will be done and dusted? But
They'll slowly drop deeper back. That's the
2
thing.
goals after 80
Who's
minutes.
down here?
This sort of game, why Maddison was in the squad.
first yellow card of the game.
Yeah.
So,
And he's
yeah.
injured.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's up to
So
Mount.
I think this would be the game he
Come on,
starts. If he,
He would, yeah, maybe.
I think this would be the one.
Mount's on, isn't it?
Yeah.
He's in the best shape he's looked for a while now, Luke Shaw, isn't he?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a bad tackle.
Some late form from Luke Shaw. Needed it.
Did you get a yellow for that? Yeah. I'm not going to try and pronounce his name.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah, I was going to say, but an Iranian player has got a yellow card.
Former Brighton man, you had that shit.
He's him. I thought I recognised him.
That's a great half turn. That should be a yellow card as well.
Got a bit of consistency, ref.
I'd be surprised if that's not a yellow card.
Hazimi? Was that Hazimi? I need a yellow card from Hazimi.
Oh, William.
It's been 25 minutes, I guess we've just played football for 15 minutes or something.
Yeah.
If that.
Oh, quick one.
Again.
Go on, Kane.
Oh, tried it again.
Yeah, nice Saka.
Okay. Don't let him
Good
counter.
pressing, good pressing from Mount.
No foul, boys.
Ooh.
Yeah, good lad.
I definitely thought that was a foul. I can't lie. Jeremy's fuming.
I do love international football because everyone's supporting the same team, but if your player from your club does well, it's like, come on.
I want Maddison to come on so bad.
Is he on the bench, Maddison?
No, he won't be.
Is
the
he just completely
He's
out?
training indoors on his own.
Yeah.
Wasn't with the rest of the squad.
I mean, as a Newcastle fan, I don't think I've ever seen a Newcastle player for England at a tournament. Like, it's such a great moment.
Shearer was too early.
Can't wait for Bruno to play.
Saka, oh.
He had the ball. Bit of the theatrics from around there.
Time wasting.
Got to do what
Already.
you gotta do, don't you?
Something like will be like could be world record.
Did let a bit of a dead leg, to be fair.
Oh, just get up. I just want to watch some football.
Yeah,
I've watched
it's been
so much
stop-start.
people just like on the ground.
What do you guys think of Saka?
I love him.
Such a player.
Is he a bit overrated?
Oh,
Like, no, because he goes through phases of like not really getting goals or assists, and he looks good on the ball, I will say, and he looks quick.
But who doesn't outside of City players?
I don't know.
But Max, how are you feeling? You're dropping the Tottenham white.
Saka one-on-one.
Come on.
Go on. See, that's what I mean. He's rubbish.
He got double teamed. Yeah.
Alright, just to hold for you guys a second, we are going to cut to Malhar, who's out in Southampton live, to see what the atmosphere is like in Southampton.
How long do we have?
I don't really about that long, I don't think.
I need more volume. Yeah, I can hear you.
Saka's had a really bright start as well. What that looks like to create something.
Turn the gain up.
He's off here, making his run inside.
It comes back to Maximus.
Is this fine?
And so it's still 0-0 in the England game, and Saka's now on the floor.
Stop.
It's quite infuriating, but it plays into Iran's hands a little bit. Just can't get any tempo. Nice of you to join us.
Nice of you to join, guys.
You know what? His injuries took more time than Manhar's interview. But anyway.
True, yeah.
Anyway.
Just keep going, England.
That's comical.
This actually could be coming out of Callum Wilson.
I
mean, it could be.
Just 4-4-2. Harry Kane drops back.
Proper English football.
On the back line. Here we go. Proper English football.
Please no. No width at all.
All down the middle. Here we go.
So this is why we should have bought Tammy Abraham, just as a big person to bring on.
Yeah, because we didn't bring Tony.
Aerial threat.
Some alleged allegations. Alleged allegations.
Very good mate, Harry. Not Harry Kane. He's a great guy, great team player.
Wobble.
Saka.
Gone
From post.
Oh, should have been a goal. Mason Mount.
Madison would have
Hit near post side
Madison
netting.
would have scored. Madison would have scored. Yeah, Madison would have scored.
That was quite good from Saka, I have to say.
Yeah.
That was quite good.
There's no room for tribalism of clubs on this international football.
There is for some people. Oh my.
You think?
Although-
as well.
It's not an easy chance.
Do you guys think
but-
Trent should start over Trippier? What, even for France?
Trippier, right centre back. Trent, right wing back.
I've seen some people do that, but then you're losing so much of Trippier's game.
You don't think Ben White should come in?
But Trippier is so good.
You are a Tottenham fan.
And what about recovery pace? What about recovery pace?
I mean,
Carl
if Carl
Walker
Walker's
fit,
fit,
yeah.
if Carl Walker's fit, Carl Walker plays.
Yeah,
Yeah, you've got Maguire and Stones at the back. You need in a 5. You need Walker there. For recovery pace.
Would you start Kyle Walker today?
No.
Not today.
But in a 5, he has to be the right centre back because if you've got Maguire and Stones,
Trippier's too
you know,
slow.
Mbappe through the lines, like we need Walker.
We just have him for the speed and pace.
Just purely.
Literally.
You're playing elbow, so like you can stay back and then.
Oh, Bellingham, that's a poor place to give it away.
No.
Good recovery.
Oh,
Good recovery.
is it? Yeah, it
It's
is.
a hospital pass.
Go, now we can kind of
Now we're
counter
on
them.
the counter. See, this is where Rashford would be good.
I don't know what Sterling's
Like Saka.
position
Yeah,
is.
Sterling.
We're basically playing the 2-3-5.
No, some awful runs off the ball.
Oh, yeah.
That's horrific.
Switch it. Trippier.
That's a great ball.
Nice
Trippier.
in the box.
Oh,
Kane on the edge.
Kane
Oh.
flicks it. Oh, a bit of ball watching there from Saka and Sterling.
Comes back out to Trippier on the right wing.
The God.
Oh, makes by Sterling
Saka.
in the ball.
Oh, what a corner. Saka.
The Sterling.
All of a sudden he's on the right.
That's the most amount of pressure that England have had on
That is
Iran.
fantastic. Could have won a pen.
Oh, little Megs. He did step across. The defender actually does well.
He defended
Just
it
a
well.
little poke out. But it's corner. And we do know what England can do from corners.
Oh, Trippier's saying, Trippier's taking the corner.
Of course, Trippier's a set piece guy.
Got a wand on his foot, man.
The free kick does.
Without
bring in-
Maddison in the team, there's no competition for Trippier for free kicks or corners.
Yeah.
I'd say if Maddison was in 50-50.
Madison is a tight one. And Trent maybe free kicks.
No, I'd prefer Trips.
Yeah, same.
Trips and
but
Madison.
Trent can't hit one, can he?
Bit of argy-bargy in the box. Standard.
Yeah.
I hate this kit. I just got to put it out there.
Yeah.
I've
It's like a Tom
re-
kit.
Come on.
It doesn't look.
It does look like
It's a soccer aim kit.
It's the toothpaste.
I do like the away kit though.
Yeah, it's
the red
clean.
one, eh?
It's a good ball.
Great ball.
Oh!
It's the crossbar. Oh, Harry
Set
Maguire.
pieces.
Maguire to
For the
score.
second time.
Silence all of the haters.
It really would have been
Maguire
that.
to score first, 20-1 goal.
By the way, guys, Trippier is the last English player to score in a World Cup, so.
Good lad.
Yeah.
True. Good away. So England are playing quite nice out of possession as Saka gives it away.
That man Neil.
Opta Neil.
Opta Neil. That is a great header.
Oh,
Oh,
unlucky.
Maguire. That would have been unbelievable.
It's
a great header. It's
Oh
honestly, it's a
my
great header.
God.
It's a great effort.
to do that.
But that was a good lead from Stoke,
Great
wasn't it?
confidence.
What a moment that would have been for him.
Oh.
Although what he do is, what was the celebration he did for England before? Yeah, that was bad. Yeah.
The Albanian E-slide. Go down in history. The Albanian E-slide. It was like a weird dance move.
Yeah, it's that.
By the way, guys, just to confirm that the Iranian goalkeeper is out of danger. There's nothing serious, just by the way, guys.
No.
But he's been under medication, so nothing
Okay.
serious. It was a concussion substitution, so
But he's
yeah,
okay.
but he's okay. Yeah, with the big nose.
Good to know. Is there anything else on socials? How people are feeling about the game?
Yes, people, honestly, England fans all over Twitter have been a bit disappointed with the start, but I'm sure they must be quite happy with
Really?
that now. Yeah.
We've been fine.
Yeah.
We've not played a lot of football, like we say. There's probably another 10-minute stoppage time. We've not actually.
Yeah.
I think we've controlled the game really well.
I mean, everyone barely touched it.
Yeah. Just defend sets pieces against them. That's their main threat. Maybe an out ball to Taremi. That's it. Maybe we're fine.
Oh, it's a bit poor by Trippier.
That is poor.
But I think we can win it back.
Putting you guys on the spot, there are some questions from the hashtag. Do you think Harry Kane's golden boot in 2018 was one of the least deserved?
Least deserved.
You can't least deserve a golden boot.
Hands.
That makes no sense.
Depends, yeah.
He had to put them away, didn't he?
Did have to put them away.
Yeah.
To least deserve a golden boot.
Yeah. I don't. Yeah. If you win it, you win it. It's not like the Ballon d'Or where it's like journalists vote for it. It's like it's empirical. Stats are stats. He won it. He won it.
And not to offend your question, but that is the most stupid question I've ever heard. How can a golden boot be undeserved?
It doesn't have as much weight as, for example, like R9, Ronaldo.
Yeah. Good ball in. Bellingham. Bellingham. That's what he does. Wow.
Yes, boy.
And we're going to go to Malhart at the pub to see the atmosphere is like back there.
Delivery from Luke fullbacks, the quality is immense. And ours was a midfield player to make those kind of moves. Honestly, I'm telling you, I'm with that age. It's not as easy as he's making it look. The rise above the defender, gets into the top corner. Absolute superstar.
Turn the gain down a little bit.
Cincinnati is going to be the Birmingham City age. 16 and 38 days. And you've had a sense of what might be coming year on year from Jude Bellingham. And what's happened on the biggest stage that football can offer.
He just adds a different dynamic in that midfield area. There's no doubt with Rice and Calvin Phillips, and he can get some security and whether he perform really well at the Euros. But he's a bit more of a throwback to Bellingham. He gets box to box, he puts tackles in, he has shots, he score goals, he arrives at the right time. Real focus for Gareth Southgate to get the performance in.
Should I start?
You think he hadn't played that Birmingham debut when England were last in the World Cup?
He's there, but England are 1-0 up. What did we make of that goal?
Classic Jude Bellingham. Right front Lampard. Arrives late in the box, like he does for Dortmund. Goal. Great cross. There was a great cross to Maguire earlier.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Just dominate the wings, get it in. Simple.
Harry Kane's on the edge of the box now.
The ball on the counter here.
Again.
Oh, it's a poor ball by Kane.
Get Wilson on.
Is that a Kane, yeah?
Luke Shaw, what a ball.
He's been playing really well recently. I thought he should be dropped about a couple months ago,
I
but
say it's a great header though. To get that direction on it with almost the back of his head. Look at the spin on this.
Luke Shaw.
Luke Shaw.
Oh, great
that's
goal.
beautiful.
Football. Got him on my team in defence. Luke Shaw. Thank you very much.
Wow. And this will mean Iran should have to come out.
Yeah.
How do you think this will affect the game?
First half goal, big.
Yeah.
Floodgates could open now.
You see it so much in the Premier League where a big team plays a smaller team, and like if they don't get the early goal, it gets very ropey. But
No, we've looked good though. We look like we're having a go.
Watch Twitter totally changed now.
Yeah. Sure would. It should.
And again, another 10-minute stoppage time.
Yeah, I feel like because Bellingham scored it as well for English fans. Like he's kind of like the hope of the future, isn't he? It's quite a big moment.
They're calling for Southgate to put him in as well.
Yeah.
So, generational.
Do you think?
Jude Bellingham is
Was he
generational.
21?
He's captained Dortmund. No,
Nah, you're not right.
19, he's 19.
no, Musiala's 19. I'm not even Bellingham.
He's 19, yeah.
It's 19.
That's ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
Pe-
Him and
He
Musiala.
can be in the team for 10 years, don't he?
Yeah. Him, Musiala, and Pedri are probably the three looking for the the wonder kid
Like Gavi.
title.
Gavi.
Gavi, yeah.
Where do you think Bellingham's destined for? Is he Madrista?
He's a £120 million player, that's for sure.
Oh, just an update. Jude Bellingham's price is just increased by 20 million.
Oh, 140 miles.
I think he's perfect for Liverpool's rebuild, isn't he?
Yeah.
New owner.
Yeah, he
rebuild.
is. Why is he such a big... Is Dortmund in there as well? Yeah. The club in it. Style.
Yeah,
I don't think do you think he'll leave this January, summer? I think he might.
I think
he's got a really smart. He's got a really smart dad. You know,
Smart dad.
Yeah, like guides him really well. Like he's got a good family around him. He might stay at Dortmund for another year or two.
The owner,
quite like it.
Or not the owner, the CEO or something of Dortmund said.
Director of football.
director of football said this summer it's going to be so difficult to keep hold of it.
By the way, it was his first ever goal for England.
Yeah.
Jude Bellingham, so...
What a moment to get it.
What a moment, yeah.
It's not like Haaland with the release clause or anything. There's no release clause.
No, it's a bidding war.
So Bellingham's on it again on the edge. See,
It's lively.
Have him, son.
This is what I mean. You
Good
don't want
save.
to use him as a box-to-box.
well done.
Oh,
And he headbutts the corner flag.
Headbutts the corner flag. The spirit of Jamie Vardy lives on.
you doesn't want to head like the nose of the keeper with that. Budweiser. Whoops.
Budweiser 0.
Yeah, you can look at the sponsors, but you can't drink it.
It's so ridiculous.
They must be fuming
Very
though.
rich, be careful.
Yeah,
They would have paid millions upon millions to get that sponsored. And probably sold.
I think it was 75 million.
and they've been the partner for years. It's been years. It's been
it's one of FIFA's sponsors. You can drink Bud Zero though.
Bar.
And you can drink in the fan park.
You know,
remember to hydrate
you can drink water. It's the same thing.
Yeah, Bud Zero is, it's not even like, because non-alcoholics are like
But why would you even have? Why would you have
.05. I think you can still drink in the boxes in the stadium as well.
Yeah, they're so expensive though.
Minimum price for it?
Yeah, it's
how much is it?
What's that?
Minimum price for a box?
What?
22 grand.
Jesus Christ.
For a pint?
No, for
A
box.
pint.
Goodness me.
Exchange drink.
Oh.
well done.
Good lad. Maguire.
I tell you what, Maguire, like, I've been one of the haters, but his favourite
He's
is
back.
He puts on that English jacket.
He hasn't had to do anything yet.
Like, what? But I've seen him look like a...
No, I'm calling out Maguire.
Game's
Where
gone, lads.
where does he go on a United shirt? It's like Pogba. He has a front shirt on.
What a ball.
Yes.
Where's Bob on this?
It's just very
That's not foul. That's not foul.
That's one of those where, because he said he has to do
I'm not
it.
sure about that.
Yeah,
Saka would have been
He's
in.
like even Stevens, sometimes.
I'm telling you.
Let's have a look
the
at it
ref just
again.
has to give that because of what's happened.
He doesn't.
He's got it. That's not the foul. He's literally
no.
sat into him. That's ridiculous.
But in age of VAR, why does he not let it go and then go back to
You
it?
didn't give that penalty earlier.
Yeah.
That is true. I mean, that was for like
But
GBH.
Do you think that
wait.
sometimes referees are compelled, like, just to balance things
Yeah,
out?
yeah, they do.
Because this was like,
Right, lads, you want to play a game? Stoppage time predictions. Right. How long do you think stoppage time's going to be now?
9.
You think 9?
Oh, yeah.
How long do you think?
8.
That's going to different, don't I?
Yeah, you have to go different. I'm last on
10.
10. Do I go 11 or do I go 7?
It's more likely to be 11 than 7.
Yeah, I want to go 11.
Thank God he didn't say 45.
So we've got 9, 8, 10, 11.
Oh wow, that's quite easy.
What should just be like 2?
Obviously, conspiracy if it is.
What if the referee just says, oh, let's back up, guys?
Brown and Villa.
It's like, what was the game in AFCON? Who was it between? You know when
Yeah, he just went on, yeah.
Yeah, and they had to go back out and they were like, no,
And
someone they whistled again early. It
Was he blew it like, what, 82nd minute or something like that?
was ridiculous. I don't know how you do that.
And you should have seen the reaction of the players. They're like, bro, what the hell?
So bad.
What just happened there?
That wasn't even like low level football, was it?
And that's
It's
like
AFCON.
Yeah.
It's like,
FIFA
it's like
competition.
that with the Euros.
Ridiculous.
FIFA corrupt? Couldn't be.
Nah.
Couldn't be. Never. What do you guys actually make of the build-up to the tournament? Because obviously we started off now watching the football is fun, but like has it ruined it at all for you?
World Cup, but usually
No, but guys, be honest. Did you guys feel the World Cup
No,
fever?
no.
Is it
No,
because of
not
the
as
time?
much.
Is it
The
because of the
timing.
time? Yeah.
Well, the thing is with the timing, I'm not that bothered about the timing because, you know,
No,
you have to
I'm
have a World
not
Cup
talking about the
everywhere.
players' point of view of them.
No, but what I'm saying is that you have to.
Go
Oh,
on.
hello.
Stone could be in.
Oh,
Cut out for a corner.
You have to have a World Cup everywhere, and I think the Middle East do deserve one, and so it can't be in the summer. So I understand the timing. It's more how Qatar got it with the corruption.
We're not
with
going there. We're not going there.
Are we not? BBC did.
yeah.
BBC didn't show the. Didn't show the.
Actually, by the way,
Like the K-pop.
there is a lot of talk in social media, also just by bringing it, that we need to get used to the Winter World Cups because Saudi Arabia.
I understand it. Once every 20, 30 years, you know, you might have to have one in the Middle East, and that's fair. Like football is for all, but. So I
But
understand
surely
that.
no nation needs to build every stadium. As Saka shoots. That's incredible! Oh my god! That's mad! Come on, England. Oh, that's unbelievable. It's coming.
What a goal.
I mean, they rather are protesting about something. I'm not quite sure what for.
Oh, Bukayo.
That is unbelievable. But they're protesting. I don't know what they're looking for in VAR.
Ball maybe, or
Foden should start.
comes from another corner as well. Set piece.
It's every time. What happened? He heads it away, nothing there. And it's a brilliant finish.
That's a clean
Quick
finish.
goal. Was it
Go on the
handball?
penalty stop. Go on the penalty spot.
What are they on
Go
about?
down.
Oh no!
Oh, no, that's a fine goal.
That should be checked here.
Oh, the finish is so nice.
Look at the swans
Oh
on
my
that
god.
chest.
That's
Redemption for
unbelievable.
Saka after the final.
Yeah.
Wembley.
Look at that.
What a goal.
Whoa.
Looks at the ball the whole way. Look at the spin. What a goal,
What a
Bukayo.
goal,
I do love Bukayo.
Yeah,
Yes,
there you go.
go.
Yeah.
It's hard to dislike him. Come on, Gareth.
Right, we need to clip up. I don't think Saka's that good, mate. Oh dear. To be a
Max,
Spurs fan.
He did cost us Euros. I'm joking.
No, I love Bukayo.
No.
Max, do you take your votes back?
Well, about Saka?
Goal.
About Saka?
Yeah?
Nah.
Are they checking?
No, I love him for that, but I don't. Foden's a better player.
I think the Iran fans, the Iran team are like refusing that it's a goal. They're like, no, it's not. Let's not kick it out.
I'm not sure that's how it
Not kick
works.
it out. We've been great this first half.
Really impressive.
Dominant.
I mean, it's,
Oh, here we go. Stoppage time.
Stoppage time,
Oh.
Were you playing along at home? Stoppage time. We've got 8, 9, 10, 11. Come on.
Is there a hamper of someone getting it wrong?
Oh, prize. A stoppage time prize.
Come on, ref.
oh, we're ripping them open now. You can just see when it gets in that little pocket of space that there's a ball in behind it every time.
Surely you can't blow the whistle now.
Here we go. Oh, I'm really excited. About
Yeah.
stoppage time. Come on, 11,
Never been
11.
2 seconds.
If this is sub 6 minutes, I'm
That's no chance. Careful with that, Pickford.
Come on.
Come on.
Come
We've been waiting for this
on,
moment.
go, bring it on, go.
Where's the time?
Put your board up. Oh, does that mean it's double digits?
The officials are slapping.
Go on.
Oh, advantage.
3 on 3
Go
here.
on. Come on, give
Bellingham
it.
finds Kane.
Find Sterling.
Go on.
Look up, Kane.
Come on, Kane. Come
Just
on.
shoot. Kane, just shoot.
It's a great
Oh,
ball.
We're on fire!
Get it! Oh my god.
This is unbelievable. Harry Kane. What a ball in.
Hey, there you go.
David,
Beckham.
I don't know about David Beckham.
Bro, yeah.
Yeah.
What a goal.
What a goal. What a moment for England. Malha is at the pub. Can we get some reaction from you, Malha, please?
By the time you get the reaction, there'll be another.
Yeah.
He told me to be loud. So the third goal is by Raheem Sterling, and we have been doing. England fans are all over here at Sharkies. I'm here with my team, and yeah, the England fans who couldn't go to the Qatar are here, having fun over here with their drinks on the hand and playing in time. It's going to be half time soon, and let's see. Bukayo Saka and Bellingham and Raheem Sterling started 3 goals for the England team. I think so. England team are on good position, and looking at the crowd's reaction, I think so. They are pretty much hyped up, and there's no looking back from here now. I don't know if what are the odds for Iran, but yeah, I think so. England is in good position, and from here, I think so. England is going to go good, but let's see how what is the end of the game, because it's still half time and there's more time left. So I don't know. Let's see how the England's going to play over here. The reaction of the people over here, if you can see, like the emotions are high, and people are still waiting for more goals, and they're hungry for more goals. So let's see if England plays well. Over to you.
Sorry.
Thank you for that, Malha. And we found out how much stoppage time there is.
14 minutes.
No, he's not the winner.
What a moment. What a
I'm
moment.
the winner. I'm the winner.
That's
14 minutes. That is outrageous. Is this a World Cup record? Can you find out?
Yep,
Statman.
yep,
Statman.
yep.
Yeah, he's on it.
Go on, Sterling. Just have a shot.
Is that Jude?
Oh, he's falling. Oh. If you could have wrapped that
We've
around.
got so many ballers in our team. This is unbelievable
Boys,
performance.
it actually might be coming home.
Wait, didn't you say 4-0?
I did say 4-0.
Oh! Yeah, 2-1's out the water.
I said, what did I say? I said 3-1, I think.
Should be optimistic like you.
Okay, so guys, there's a stat. This is the longest injury time or stoppage time for in World Cup history. So
Wow, we're history makers.
It's in history, guys.
Our Saka's on the wing.
Yeah, that's it.
Trip.
Oh!
That's a corner.
So guys,
Go
even
on.
if we don't, sorry, if
It's not a
we
corner.
don't win the World Cup, even if we do not win the World Cup, we are in the history books in Qatar, and it won't be broken anytime soon unless you break your nose.
We'll be in history books again.
It's actually coming out.
It's actually coming over.
This has got me so much more excited. This is mad.
My mum's English side. Yeah.
But it's just crazy with England. Every corner I get a little bit off the edge of my seat. Like something might happen.
Maguire, where are you, son?
I mean, that was
that would have been amazing.
not the best one.
By the way, guys, what was our prediction then?
I said 2-1.
I said
Will
3-1.
said 4-0. You said 3-1.
Yeah.
You're on the
It-
cusp. You said
I mean,
2-0.
I hope it's not.
We're done. We're done.
Go on, Saka. Go on, Saka.
Oh!
He's got to do better there.
It's looking like 6.
You know what? This could get messy.
It might,
Second half, they might have to shut the shot.
yeah, and we might get some minutes for players that probably wouldn't have got minutes otherwise in the tournament,
Look at
which
the
would be
flag.
good. Yeah.
Iran. I'm no disrespect. Oh, come on. But
Do you really think someone from Iran is watching this?
even
We've
if
gone
they
international.
do, even if they do, they are very, very depressed for sure right now.
Well, they've offered
But-
nothing.
You are?
They've offered nothing. It's been like that Qatar-Ecuador game a little bit,
I was
hasn't
like,
it?
Taremi? No.
You got me worried about
They
it.
should bring
You
on
got me worried about it.
Rasmussen.
There were talks that Iran players were going to protest because of obviously what's going on, like cover their badge and stuff, but they didn't do any of that, did they?
It's a shame.
No. They will be starting. They'll be starting protest against this team. That's for sure.
Yeah,
Very soon.
apparently the team is like quite friendly with the government.
No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the game.
Oh, right.
What did you guys make of the whole armband fiasco? With it sounded like 9 countries were going to wear.
Let's be real.
The
England
One Love
and
armband.
Wales and Germany have been bullied by FIFA not
Yeah.
to. Whereas in something, nothing get political, but Qatar, the captain wore a Palestinian armband, which is a political message, right or wrong, whatever you believe. I'm fine with it. You can have it, but then all of a sudden, One Love is banned. So no consistency from FIFA. What do we expect?
Guys. Before, as Ollie said about the Palestinian thing, you either have it or you don't.
Yeah.
Either have it or you don't. So
Free speech, free expression.
exactly. So when anybody, if you're saying that football is or FIFA rather, is a platform to protest or whatever, have it for everybody. And one arm, I mean, for rainbow armband, is that even an issue?
I don't get where the
Yeah.
angle's coming from in terms of, is it seen as like an attack on like the Qatari culture having the armband? Is that what
Basically,
the idea is?
In respect our
But then there's Infantino going, I am gay.
Yeah, that was just ridiculous.
So they're saying,
That's
they're saying
disgusting.
that
How did
you
that
can be gay and come, but players can't wear a One Love armband.
how did that
Doesn't
speech
make
pass
sense.
PR though and marketing or whatever? Like whoever
He doesn't-
he has to be something he's spoken to.
He's
He just
football God.
says what he likes, yeah.
But surely he has to, I don't know.
Practically, yes, we need to respect. For example, if the World Cup's here, FIFA has to respect the country's culture and whatever. But we need to realize that it's a world event.
Yeah.
You are inviting the world.
Exactly.
What
You have to be
respect,
open-minded.
what does respecting their culture actually mean? Does it
Yeah,
mean you
how far do we
can't,
go?
can't be
That's-
yourself in that country.
See,
Is that
that's
what
that's
they're
their
saying?
point of view. That's their beliefs, whatever. But as he said,
But
be welcome in the world.
They
It's
always,
just for a 30-day event.
but they always talk in the abstract, don't they? Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't be this, you
Yeah.
can't do that, but we accept everyone. So you have to work that out yourself. Like, how do you do that if you're not?
Look, more than anything, the people who I think it's a great, very powerful monologue yesterday by Gary Lineker before the start of the show. These are, but he said something. Now it's football time. Let's just forget about it. I mean, it shouldn't be forgotten because it should be talked about more.
Okay, so let's have our moment.
But
and then
the
we'll
ball,
talk
the
about
first ball of the World Cup has been kicked, so let's just go with it. So.
It's all such a shame, I think, what's been clouded a bit. Because I say, we're watching the game, having a great time,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
there's
yeah.
always just
Talk
that,
about it.
it's an overcloud bit of just Qatar.
And I mean,
But no, I
football's
don't think
not
a
the
lot of
most-
people are having this guilt thing. That, oh, we are watching it, we're enjoying it. We shouldn't because we are not at fault. First of all,
It's like if your club gets bought by Saudi.
what can you do?
Nah, but
No, I support the protests that happen at Newcastle, but at the end of the day, they are just protests.
no, but protests happening, because we had. I mean, I'm saying we because the whole world had 12 years to protest.
we shouldn't be having this conversation. It should have been in regulation.
Yeah,
They
it
should
should
have all
have
been
happened
before
before the World Cup,
so
yeah.
many years ago. This
like the beer, alcohol ban.
Yeah, why is it taking 12 years to get to this?
I don't mind the
It was
alcohol
2 days
ban.
before.
Yeah, I don't mind the alcohol ban. But just tell people that are spending their money to go, you know, and it's not just like British culture, we like Europe, South America, like it's a global.
Well, I saw the Ecuador fans chanting
Ecuador
last
fans
night about it.
literally chanting, and it's like, don't get me wrong, if you tell people 2 years before it's against our religious, it's haram, that's totally fine. But 2 days before,
Exactly.
and
Doesn't make sense.
that is a massive issue.
In India, you have alcohol before water, so you can well imagine.
The Budweiser lawyers,
The Budweiser.
straight on the phone.
I think there were like tons and tons of cans.
Budweiser's terrible anyway. sorry.
Well, Iran might have a slight attack.
But we
Nope,
can
don't drive me.
Nope.
Honestly,
Look,
what are the possession stats? Can you get the possession stats up for this?
Statman Neil.
Before anything, we'll help with the sales of Budweiser off camera, by the way, after the game.
He's gone rogue.
He's gone rogue. Statman Neil's gone rogue.
Off to Neil.
This has been.
How much yeast is in each pint? Oh, here we go. 7 attempts to 0.
France take on Socceroos tomorrow. Wow, that's a big game. France played Australia last week.
Getting in Australia.
Yeah. The Newcastle signing comes in on January, doesn't he?
Yeah, I'm excited to see him. He looks quality. I think he's only played about 60 minutes of
He's
first team football.
He's a bit like Amad Diallo like that with Manchester United. They've signed him, he's hardly played, but get him in early.
Yeah. Hopefully we don't stick him out on loan in Scotland or something. Which is what they normally do.
Were you to Ellie Anderson? Was he just Scottish? Is Ellie Anderson Scottish or English?
He's from Newcastle, isn't he?
I thought he was Scottish.
Yeah, he went on loan before Bristol, I just can't remember, but yeah, like Tavernier, is that loan from Newcastle?
Yeah.
Sent him off.
Look how high our defence is playing. Like Maguire on the halfway line. You can do this against Iran. Maguire on the halfway line. This is why we'll probably play 5 at the back against Mbappe, because Maguire on the halfway line. And that's what you need. Walker at 5 at the back.
I mean, that's poor.
Trippier.
Iran on the counter attack here.
Watch behind you, mate.
Plays out to the left wing. Suspicion of offside.
Good lad.
He's open.
It's deflected to far post. And it's slide over.
It's over the bar. Jahanbach.
By the way, guys, there are some very important updates for our viewers who are watching in Qatar, by the way. If you are from the stadium, you guys will be having an extra half an hour delay of. You guys will be having an extra half an hour delayed metro and all your trains, so don't worry about that, guys. So because of the injury time, it's a delayed half an hour train for you guys. So don't worry, and you've got the news from Solent Sports.
Thank you for the Qatar industry.
Crucial.
To be fair, they're probably better than English trains.
I don't know. I mean, they've just built it. They built bloody, damn cities. So you probably saw that language, but anyway.
It's not hard to
Well, what's interesting in Doha is that the train lines, they don't currently go to the zone where all the migrant workers live yet. They've only done it all the way up to the family zones where the Qataris live.
Coincidental.
Interesting. But they're going to do that after the World Cup, guys. Don't worry.
It's quite exciting that all of the stadiums are within like 20 miles of each other.
It's just such a small country.
It's the smallest country.
People are flying in from Dubai, so not everyone's staying in Qatar.
Yeah, it makes sense.
That's cool though. Imagine if they do the whole World Cup in London.
Yeah.
I mean,
Have you seen the bid? Have you seen the new bid?
2030.
Yeah.
England and Ireland together have done like a bid together.
2030, what is it? 2030?
No, Anfield.
2020.
No, Anfield. St James's Park though.
I do love that.
Tottenham Hotspur
Anfield
Stadium.
is a library.
Oh, okay.
Oh, no.
Unlucky.
It's just for the TV.
Unlucky Kane.
It is.
It's just for the
You
TV.
sing Never Walk Alone and then you
The library.
have a little read your book.
Mo Salah. Yeah, that's it. Oh, one set piece before the game.
Like before the half ends, who is everyone's
give it
player
to
of the half?
You know, had to do this match before 45
Who was
plus
the player of the
40.
Yeah, I know, I couldn't even work it out.
We've got another 2 minutes. 3 minutes.
Who are your player of the halves?
Saka.
Saka.
But Bellingham has been good, and Rice has been good.
Yeah.
It's been tough.
I think Luke Shaw's been quite good as well.
Yeah,
Luke Shaw has been
getting
great.
down the wing.
Yeah.
I'll go Luke Shaw.
They've all been great.
Yeah.
Every single one of them has made us proud.
Even Maguire.
Even Maguire.
Sorry. Even Maguire.
So where
fair play
are
to
the
him,
people who are
fair play.
tweeting about those big, raising eyebrows?
Is this too far out for Trippier, this free kick?
No.
Nothing's too far for Trippier.
This is exactly where, well, not exactly, but
Manchester
the
City?
distance is City. Yeah.
Where is he? I would say he better be standing over it.
No, Trippier's not
Luke
standing
Shaw,
over it.
get away from that
No, they're
ball.
crossing it. No. Luke Shaw in swinger to Maguire.
Really, it is.
Slab head, eh?
What was it when he was in Spurs?
No, it's this year.
Was this year?
Yeah.
I didn't know.
Look it up. It's on there.
A lot of discussion of this free kick.
I think
if
it was more
Luke
in
Shaw,
the middle, it would be trickier.
Luke Shaw in swinger.
Do you not think we're going to do one of those intricate kind of ones we did earlier? The split runs.
Straight onto Maguire's head.
Goal.
Yeah.
4-0.
Far post actually. Far post.
We're lining him up.
Then goes into the box.
Oh my god. Is that handball?
I think it's
I'd say the ball seemed to just miss everybody off the cross. Maguire seemed to make a bit of a meal of it. Might have been a bit harsh. Just couldn't sort his feet out.
Let's go forward. Game ends in half ends in like 40 seconds.
I mean, they probably have no idea how long's got left. Can't you
58
keep track of 14? Like.
This is ridiculous. But fair play for them actually getting it right.
Just imagine if in both halves, if in any game they get like 14 minutes or 40 minutes, and then it goes to extra time, and then the penalties. The longest football game ever.
In the Premier League, that would have been 6 minutes.
Yeah, legit. It would be.
But I'd hope in the Premier League that the goalie would go off. Oh, careful. Ooh, Bellingham is just calm, composed.
Oh, look at that Maguire.
Just like that man, Harry Maguire.
He plays like he's 30 years old, Bellingham. It's outrageous. He's got a really good family support system around him. Such an intelligent young man.
Do you remember they retired his shirt at Birmingham?
Pardon?
They retired his shirt.
Yeah.
It's mad being rated like of value like 50 mil, 70.
I know. His brother plays as well. Jude Bellingham's brother plays as well.
Yeah, he's I saw a valuation of him, and they were like, "Yeah, we're not selling him for 30 mil."
You've got to be amazing.
So it's the end of the
That is the end of the first half, isn't it? 3-0. Bellingham, Saka, Sterling on the score sheet. It couldn't be much better, really, could it?
No.
You got to say.
Every single one of those players, apart from Pickford, didn't have to do anything. Fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
Can't complain.
It was quality.
It's just
Little light show half time. Yeah, I thought Trippier and Luke Shaw. Oh, not that.
Oh, we are.
Yeah, I thought Trippier and Shaw were just quality. Just getting down the wings, whipping the ball.
Really high up.
That's what we need.
Basically playing 2-3-5.
Yeah.
And even then, Bellingham's still almost in the box. It's almost like a 2-2-6.
And it's like almost practice for the three at the back, isn't it? Get your wingers up. Get your wing backs up.
I wouldn't ask you guys who was the best because you already asked that. Who was the most important guy for England today in the first half? Important, eh?
Rice kept possession really well. If you want to go boring, but I think Bellingham, energy,
Luke Shaw?
Luke Shaw, the width of the it's tough. Honestly, either the width of the fullbacks or and the wingers cut inside or the midfield. And you can really pick anyone.
Fullbacks, Rice or Bellingham.
I'd say Gareth Southgate.
I tell you what,
I'd say Gareth Southgate.
He's been really progressive that first half. I know people say it's only Iran, but
That was attacking. I'll say I've been watching Conte football with Tottenham, like defensive. Like, I'm loving this. I've seen first half goals for my team. This is unheard of. I'm loving life.
I'm impressed. I'm impressed.
I was doubting him, I will admit, but
Yeah, I was expecting a lot more from Iran. I thought they would actually have a go.
they haven't. Everything I've heard is their attack is great, defence is a bit dodgy. So surely you don't just sit back and expose your defenders like that, unless they're really trying to protect defenders. But the midfield's done none of
They
that.
pressed for the first 20 minutes and then the press just ended. It was like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Press or low block? I don't
Who
know.
was the one who said that, Iran are going to get tired? of the
Me.
pressing?
I guess
Futuristic.
this is the hardest game for Iran, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
But you'd imagine, I
maybe
can't.
save yourself
Why
a
do you
bit.
think, is it because of the physical aspect of it? They're not used to.
We just have players
Well,
playing at a
technical
higher
ability.
level.
But from seeing Iran here, though, you'd think the USA would beat them with the quality they have.
Wales.
And you'd think Wales with
I can't
Bale
lie,
in their front.
USA are bang out of form. They drew 0-0 with Saudi
But
Arabia.
what do you
Yeah,
think
they
of
got
the
some
new-
players, though.
This goalkeeper was just come on.
I mean,
He's-
I can't lie. Saka scored a worldie. So
Yeah, he's not saving
and
that.
header, honestly, you can't blame him. Like, we've just been we've honestly been fantastic. We really have been. We've walked in there like with the bigger side. We have been.
Yeah, we've acted like, you know,
Champions.
top 5 nation in the world. haven't we?
Champions, just say champions. Act like a champion.
World champions. Is that what we're playing like? World champions. Like, I mean, they're good.
Oh, we've been around that. So.
Let's not get carried away
would be
because
very-
it's
very
Iran and not Italy. Oh, it's
The only reason I'm getting carried away with
No,
Iran.
they're not even there.
It's coming to Rome, is it now? Yeah.
This was Saka's
How?
goal. That goal was so good.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
European champions not even playing the World Cup. How weird is it?
Is that Harry Maguire assist? Things you'd love to see.
It is, yeah, it is. Or it's a hand off. It could be a handball assist from Iran, to be honest.
Hand of God.
Yeah. Look at that
Such a
finish.
nice goal. Head
Nice.
down, yeah.
Did it deflect?
No, I think that's clean. I think that is clean.
Ooh.
Spin.
No,
No
it's clean,
deflection.
Maybe a line.
No, no.
Well, I think there's a deflection in there.
Oh, look at this Spurs fan, man.
No, I'm happy for him. I'm happy for him. I'm happy for him.
Bukayo slander. And I'm an Leicester fan. I'm not an Arsenal fan, by the way.
Well, there's a light show. Oh my goodness me.
What is this? We love the pretty lights.
BBC won't show.
Yeah, BBC won't show.
It's made it dark. Naughty Qatar. Sterling.
I do sort of like how Sterling's sort of like a second striker now, isn't he?
I mean, how did we catch them on the counter attack for the third goal when they've never got forward? Like, how did that happen?
That's how you do it, mate. That's how you do it. It's how the best teams in the world do.
But yeah, what a goal, and what a first half performance from England, we have to say. And that is all we've got time for in this first half. We'll have a little break and I'll get some new guests to watch the game. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Max. Bye.
Thank you.
Been a pleasure.
Max,
Coming
you
home.
shouldn't be changing us because we are lucky playing there.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Coming home.
We've only won when we're on the panel.
Alrighty. Hello and welcome back to the second half of England vs Iran, Solent News' Watchalong. I'm back with 3 new guests. So we've got Ed, Liu and Harry. So boys, what did we make of that first half from England?
Not to get carried away, but we're winning the lot. It's a bit of a slow start to the game, I thought. You can see the attack intent was there from England. I think understandably Iran sat quite deep, but I think we've managed to, keep our heads, keep the tempo, keep the rhythm, get the first goal, and then the floodgates open from there, really.
And for you, Liu, who impressed you in that half for England?
A few players have impressed me, but Jude Bellingham, we've seen him throughout the season for Dortmund, and the form has carried on into the national team. I think he had a sensational first half. Saka, of course, has been a threat. Sterling getting in on the score sheet as well. But I think it's been a good team performance.
No, 100%. And what about you, Harry? What do you think? See anything on Twitter? England fans happy, I'd imagine?
Yeah, overall, everyone praising Jude Bellingham, and rightfully so. My take on the first half was, I think up until the goal, Iran were doing a very good job of slowing the game down and taking all the pace out of it. But then as soon as England got that goal, it was plain sailing from then on. Yeah, it
always seemed a bit like a containment job for Iran. Obviously, we're only at half-time. We've seen madder things in football than Iran could come back. You never know. And it is England. But you would think it's a full.
Now Southgate's got.
You think, yeah. But yeah, I want to say it's a foregone conclusion what the result of this match is. But what do you think the lift will be for the squad after this? If we can get a few more goals and maybe a 5-0 victory, that's got to put us in good stead for the tournament.
It'd be a statement, wouldn't it? Obviously, it's again, not to disrespect Iran, but we can see the possession stats there. They only have
82% possession.
18% of the ball. Obviously, we are heavy favourites to win this game, but at the end of the day, it's a statement. You need to go out, set the bar, go out and win this game comfortably, which England should do now, being 3-0 up at half time. But yeah, just get the win and yeah, like you say, lift the morale and we're flying.
And Harry, how are you feeling like going into this match? Did you hopeful of it? Do you think, obviously hopeful for England win, but like, were you truly confident? 'Cause obviously the Nations League left a bit of a sour taste in England fans' mouths. Wasn't that impressive, a bit uninspiring, but what we've seen today has been brilliant. But what were your thoughts going in?
I think it's a World Cup, it's the biggest international competition. There's always that cautious hope that we're going to do well, and I think against a team like Iran, it's all about getting a confident start, building the confidence as a group. And I think something that I hope we see in the second half is some more of the squad players getting involved, getting more confidence throughout the squad, giving minutes to players who, if it was a tight game, may not get the minutes. But that's what I think needs to happen.
And who are those players you'd want to see?
I think maybe someone like Conor Cody, get him in the squad, get him
Interesting.
in the team.
You forget he's in the squad, don't you?
Good choice.
Because he's, no disrespect to Conor Cody, he's had a decent career, but it seems like he's been picked as a almost England mascot, like a guy to, because he's not going to play minutes.
A bit like Eric Dyer, really.
No, Eric Dyer will start in the back five. My prediction is, but yeah, a bit of Tottenham bias, can't lie. But I say the teams are coming out for the second half. What are we expecting from the second half for you? Do you reckon more of the same?
Yeah, more of the same, but as I agree with Harry, I think he should get some fresh players and, as you rightfully said again, getting confidence throughout the squad so the whole camp is like, yeah, I could play, I could beat USA, I could beat Wales. Conor Cody, it's funny to think that he's probably one of the most experienced players on the team, but has the least international experience. So I think he should get in on it as well. And Foden, Grealish, get them on, get them scoring, get the team popping.
I got to say, something that Southgate, although he's at times maybe lacked tactically, you could argue the team hasn't maybe performed as well as people would want, even though we've been to a final and a semi-final. What he seems to have done is got a core group of players for England who all seem to like each other, have a good vibe in the dressing room, and that the actual country can get behind, which I think pretty good job.
It seems to appeal a lot to a lot of people now, the national team, where under Roy Hodgson, under Capello, under managers before that, it was just a bit flat, wasn't it? And it seemed you had those. I know people talk about the golden generation and those club rivalries, but yeah, I really like what he's done. And people say, oh, he's an FA yes man or whatever. But again, like I say, he's created that interest to a broader audience of the England national team. And I think if he does leave after this World Cup, we've got to be thankful for the job.
Yeah, I think whatever happens in this World Cup, he can leave with his head held high that he's done a good job. But we are underway again as England shoot right to left, and Jordan Pickford almost has a bit of a clanger straight off the bat as an Iranian player almost blocks his clearance. I mean, It would not have been a great start, would it?
Nearly a clanger isn't a clanger, is it?
I think he does have a couple of loose screws, does Pickford, but I think it adds to his game. That whole kind of craziness about him makes him the keeper that he is. I think
is he your England #1 over Ramsdale and Nick Pope?
Yes, I think so.
Even with his little arms?
I think his ability is good, but also, as you mentioned before, his experience is probably what gets him in.
Yeah.
He's been there since the World Cup in 2014, so I think he was the right pick coming into this one.
For me, what stands him apart from the other goalkeepers is his distribution, his play with his feet. I think nowadays in football, if you want to be a top goalkeeper, you can't just be safe with your hands. You have to be able to play the ball out with your feet. And Pickford is, well, I mean, saying that, he just nearly did give it away, but I think that is one of the main parts of his game, is his distribution.
Well done, guys. I'll give you 20 quids after, right?
As Kane puts a ball in. So who are the players, assuming it stays like this for a little bit, who are the players you'd want to rest for England that get them in tunnel, wrap them in cotton wool?
Declan Rice for me. He's just controlling everything today, isn't he? And he was the same at the Euros as well. He's been the same for West Ham for most of his career there. Yeah, he's in the pass he's just made there. I just think he's a top player, to be fair.
How much is he worth, though? Chelsea were linked with him, weren't they, for quite a while? Still are. How much do you reckon it'll take?
In today's market, it could be anything. I think people pay silly amounts for players, but I can't see him going for anything less than 8 million, something like that. I think he's a top player.
No, he really is.
The thing about him as well is you can pay 80 million or whatever. You're not only getting a top player in Declan Rice.
Ooh.
You're getting a 23-year-old who's got so much space to improve.
Well, Kane drops a shoulder. That's a foul.
So as much as he's
Trippier range, sorry to interrupt you, but as the Iranian player gets yellow carded, England have a great free kick position here as Harry Kane jinks forward, and I hope he's all right because he's got ankle issues before, and it looks that's where he's gripping a little bit. I hope it's not too serious. It looks like the player landed on his ankle.
And you mentioned before players who should be rested. Kane hasn't gotten on the score sheet today, but he should definitely be one to be rested.
And we've cut to Malhar now to see what's happening at the pub.
Game and there are a lot of headers over here. So 3 goals for England, and Iran seems to be in a bad position. But if there's second half left, Iran starts playing good. So there's going to be a tough time for both of them. And also one of the things happening over here is England fans are, I think, so pretty seem chilled, and they think that England have already won. So there are many fans who seems to be excited, having their own drinks and having their own fun. Plus, the emotions are always high over here. The Sharkies have always managed pretty good stuff over here, and there's a lot for this game. The goalkeeper seems to be injured for the start, and I think so the game's pretty much intense over here. But England seems to be sitting on a butter knife and just going up on and off. And I think so England's on, there's one more injury happening right in front of us, and I think so there's one more injury coming out on this. But I hope it clears fine. But let's see how it goes. And England seems to win this game over here on the start of this plan. So England's having a good World Cup on the start of the season. Let's see how it goes. Over to you guys.
Thank you for that, Malhar. So Kane has just hobbled off the pitch. We think he's staying on, but we will see. And so, Harry, what's happening on the Twitter sphere?
So I'm looking on Twitter, and there's a really interesting stat that's come up here. It says John Stones and Jude Bellingham did not misplace a single pass in the first half against Iran. That's from the Squawker Twitter page. And I think that was, it was obviously obvious watching the game just how in control Jude Bellingham and John Stones.
Right. I said Bellingham controlled it, I thought, the tempo and everything. And I don't want to say this is Kieran Trippier versus Croatia range, but this is Kieran Trippier versus Croatia range. And something big could happen here as he steps up, and it was absolutely rubbish into the wall. Because he's got an incredible record for Newcastle scoring free kicks. I think he got about 3 to start the season.
He scored one against Everton last season.
An absolute.
Yes.
Is he your man for dead balls for the England team?
Has to be. If James Ward-Prowse was taken, you can't look past JWP because he wasn't. Nah, I think Trent's got a good delivery, but I think with Trent he puts so many balls into the box that one of them's going to come off. I don't want to sound like I'm mocking Trent too hard because he has a great ball in him, but there's a little bit of it's like, how many crosses do you want to put in? As Trippier goes down now as well. This is the risk, isn't it? Because you saw it last night with Qatar, Ecuador. Qatar, they couldn't get on the ball for about 20 minutes and they basically just started clattering into the Ecuador players. So I think the likes of Kane, Trippier, Rice, you said, Bellingham, there's no need to risk it. No need, because it could be a disastrous tournament.
Just get them all off.
I definitely think
And it's a different World Cup as well, because these players were playing Premier League football a week ago, so they haven't had like a tool of rest over summer, and so the chance of muscle injuries are far higher. As we see a pretty peculiar looking English fan with some interesting paint, but we are back away again.
But what do you think? I mean, this game for Harry Maguire, I mean, he has been dealt with, threatened. He's been attacked on social media. I mean, decent performance from him so far. What do you think this will do for his confidence? Because I mean, on the world stage,
he so almost scored that goal, didn't he? That hit the bar.
Yeah. That was at 0-0, wasn't it?
Yeah, which I think really would have. I mean, I don't know what celebration he would have done. Probably would have shushed somebody. But
he's one of those players, though, isn't he? He's an England international. You know, he's a big player for Manchester United. Massive price tag. You know, when he joined United from Leicester, so he's always going to come under some kind of scrutiny.
This is the thing, because I don't think I've ever massively rated Harry Maguire as a quality centre-back. I think he's good at the best of times, but can have a mistake in him, which I think everyone really probably knew. And then United pay 80 million, and everyone treats him like an 80 million pound player, which isn't Harry Maguire's fault. Yeah. It's Manchester United's fault, because he was never an 80 million pound player.
The first time that Maguire came onto my radar, I was watching Chelsea versus Hull, I think 4 or 5 seasons ago. And he was, I've never really heard of him before, and he put in an absolute masterclass at Stamford Bridge. It was actually the same game that Ryan Mason's career ended.
Oh, yeah.
When he has got that head injury. But Maguire, I came away from that game thinking that he was special, and obviously things have happened in his career that have changed people's view. But I think for England, I don't think he's ever really let us down. So I think there's a big difference between.
He had one dodgy Nations League game a couple months ago, but
was that against Hungary?
I think so, yeah. No. Go on, Bellingham. Bellingham's in the box. Oh, could have turned into his own net, but England have another corner. And I was saying to the boys earlier, when England have a corner, you get a little bit like something might happen.
Yeah, well, definitely have a threat on the set piece, because they have a good set piece team, and they have some guys who are good in there as well, Maguire. So.
It was in the 2018 World Cup where he scored a ridiculous amount of set pieces.
Yeah, it's just
Panama game, wasn't it? The goals or something with, yeah.
Do you reckon that's why they like Maguire's in the team? Primarily, like just that aerial ability, offensively and defensively. That's a good ball. Oh, I thought Kane might get on the end of that. Keeper punches it away. Everyone still struggles. Rice wins it back on the edge of the box. Whacks across and it's another corner.
He's so powerful, Declan Rice. He always seems so direct when he's on the ball. That's one of the main things I enjoy about him is his power and his directness going forward.
He covers every blade of grass as well, doesn't he? The way he's positionally as well. He's fantastic.
I think one thing England should capitalise on as well is the fact that this is Iran's second keeper. So they should definitely put in some more pressure.
And they seem so hesitant to put him on.
Yeah.
Like, it does make you think, what quality is he at compared to what their first team keeper was? Because I saw on Twitter someone was saying, like, oh no, like that keeper's one of their main players.
Apparently they've taken 4 goalkeepers to this tournament. I mean, said on commentary before.
Probably good they did, to be honest.
Yeah.
Mount whips it. It's a poor ball. Come on, Gareth. I'll probably make some subs now. Freshen it up. So, Iran just can't get out. It's pretty mad.
That's the thing. When you sat deep for a 0-0, basically, once you go 1-0 down, 2-0 down, 3-0 down, you kind of still can't.
Yeah. Although they've won it back high at the pitch, but again they can't. Although they've won it back high at the pitch again, and again we win it back instantly. And Maguire's bursting forward. Can you find on the left wing? And Sterling's running forward. He's got to get a shot away here. So defender closes him down. That's what I struggle with Sterling, is those opportunities. I think he's a bit hesitant. Like
his decision making under pressure.
Yeah. And he scores goals, but I feel like he misses sitters. Like you're a Man City fan. Do you remember, was it Man City Leon that he? Yeah. Not to bring it up, but like that was
I'm over it now.
Awful.
No, but I mean he is a great player, but he just lacks that finesse.
Yeah.
You know, in those critical areas. But
I was thinking yesterday about the Croatia game. I can't remember which way it went, but it was Kane and Sterling at 1-0.
Yes, is that when Kane didn't square it?
Yeah,
it's that one.
Yeah, it's just Kane didn't square it. Yeah, I was thinking it was the other way around maybe. But yeah, that chance haunted everyone for ages.
I don't think it's as big. The screenshot of it looked bad. Maybe I'm just a Kane bias supporter, but like in real time, there wasn't actually that much time to square it.
I think that's some Tottenham bias.
Nah. I mean, earlier I did say Bukayo Saka's overrated and he's got an absolute belter, which is an awful look.
Club bias is not a thing here.
I can't help it. I can't help it.
Especially when you're cheering on England's number one. Like,
I think this is a good opportunity for the England team to learn how to, especially for the younger players, to learn to see out and manage a game. Because to have such an early lead, you know, and really like maintain it is difficult in football because you only get tired.
Yeah.
So
and as much as we want to see, we want 5, we want 6. Yeah. If we just conserve energy, hold the 3-0, it's a pretty good day's work, isn't it?
I think Gareth Southgate's looked at that. I think he's looked at it as early as the 2018 World Cup because we saw in that tournament that England could attack. England have got good attacking options. It's just having that balance, which I think he worked on in the Euros. A lot of people like the Croatia game and the Euros, the Germany game. A lot of people would question his setup, but it's just we know how to go the distance in these tournaments now. It's just that final, that winning sort of edge.
I think it's a little bit when the going gets tough we struggle. Like holding on to that 1-0 lead against Italy, but not having a shot on target after was a bit of a disaster class.
Gone the distance in those 2 tournaments. It's just that.
And we've actually, sorry to interrupt you, but we've lost against pretty poor teams. Like Croatia weren't brilliant, and then Italy aren't even in the World Cup.
Yeah,
I mean, 2 very beatable, I think.
Yeah. Italy hadn't lost though for a long time before that game.
Yeah, but
history hasn't.
It was an ageing back line. With our front foot, like they had Bonucci, Chiellini. It wasn't anything special.
One of the things that I find interesting about this World Cup is obviously the squad itself is very similar to our Euros squad.
Yeah.
Obviously, but the feel before the Euros was a lot more that we had the chance of winning the tournament. Whereas I feel like from my experience in this tournament, there's a lot more of a negative kind of feeling going into.
Why is that? Is that the Nations League form, do you think?
I think it's a mixture of things. I think it's partly the overall excitement for the tournament is less than it was for the Euros because of the timing and all the controversy of it. Yeah. I think when we were going into the Euros, our key players were in some of the best form of their careers going into that tournament. And then into this one, a lot of the same players aren't quite on the same.
But a lot of them are grown up though, if you think. Like the Fodens, the Bellinghams, they're all. I mean Bellingham's only 19, as he is on the left wing now. And Shaw looks to hit it, blocked. Saka's up for the header. Pinball in the Iran box.
That tournament, it was the context of it was so different because it was just after COVID. Fans were starting to come back in the stadiums. All the England games, pretty much apart from one, were at home. So it's a bit like. There was a lot of excitement, a lot of hype around the tournament. But yes, I think largely it's to do with the Nations League because obviously it's funny, isn't it? Because people say, "Oh, the Nations League, nothing. It's a friendly tournament, whatever." But if England have a bad result in it or a bad campaign in it, they'll use it as a stick to beat Southgate with, which is slightly weird.
But I think we put out good sides in the Nation League. I reckon the side we'll play when we play the good teams later on in the competition, assuming we get through, will be a similar starting 11 that we put out. So I don't know, it was just very uninspiring. But as I say today, I know it's only Iran. It's just more zip on the ball with the passing.
It wasn't just uninspiring, it was that 4-0 against Hungary. I mean, that's at any time. But like, the fans turned against Southgate after that game, which is understandable, but I think after what he's achieved, it's slightly...
You say it's understandable, but I personally find it baffling that a manager who's given us 2 of the closest England's been to international success in a long, long time, and then for us to have a couple of bad results, admittedly very bad results, but for people to turn on him so quickly, and I know he makes some dubious decisions, and a lot of people don't agree with the way he wants the team to play, but I think the proof is he got us to a major tournament final. Yeah, we lost, but
that's the thing.
I think it's baffling to me how people turn on him so quickly.
He's won like more knockout games as manager than the previous. Than we'd won in the previous decade or something like that. Won 5 or 6 knockout games, I think.
Yeah.
For him. And yeah, it's people fantasise over Euro, Italia 90 or 94, whatever, when we got to the semi-finals. They were like the glory years. But for some reason, the semi-final in 2018, the final of the Euros last year, some people are like, oh, we should have won it. So yeah, it's strange.
It's weird. It's just we had such an easy run in the World Cup, especially. And then for like an aging Croatian to beat us. So Saka is jinxing in the box, cuts in on his left, tries to get a shot away. Goal! Yeah, Saka might be okay. He might be all right. He might be an all right player, I have to say.
That was excellent.
I thought he messed it up. I thought he took too long. But that's a fair play to the lad.
And it's 4.
That's a good goal.
It's not a bad way to start a World Cup, is it?
Sets a precedent.
Does that mean Arsenal is winning the league?
Yeah.
Whoa. Calm down.
They are anyway.
I say it seemed like Saka had the ball for ages here.
Yeah, his composure to take the ball inside.
Another Bellingham assist, I think.
He just keeps going.
A little feint.
Oh, it's grim.
That's excellent.
Max is very much new to the I desperately don't want my rivals to win the league.
Oh, it's awful.
Been there many times, but hang on in there.
They won't win it. They won't. Man City have got it.
Yeah,
But it's a little deflection on the way in, I think. But you can't. I mean, it's probably going in anyway. 4-0. This isn't England we're watching, is it? Who are these imposters?
How big do you think this tournament is personally for Bukayo Saka? Obviously, we all know what happened at the end of the Euro.
Yeah.
How big do you reckon 2 goals in this game will be for him and going into the rest of the game?
It's a redemption arc, you got to say, I think, because obviously the horrific abuse he got after missing. Like, obviously, I know if you criticise a player for criticising if they've done something bad, that's fair enough. But people took it way too far, and obviously to Saka and Rashford and
Jadon Sancho.
Yeah, it's just ridiculous because at the end of the game, football's football. So, and he's a young kid. He's a young kid as well. So the fact he managed to come back, being one of Arsenal's best players, and then now starting for England because he wasn't even starting last Euros for England, and now he's managed to make his way into the team off the back of all that. You got to say it's pretty impressive, and he must have a good support network around him.
I think the way that the country as a whole got behind him after that was really good. I remember Arsenal played Brentford, I think, just after, and he got applauded when he came on, as a sub. So yeah, I think he comes across really well. Came across really well in the Amazon All or Nothing documentary.
Yeah, he seems like a humble guy.
Yeah.
I think Sky did a little VT where his teachers Skyped him. He has been to it. Yeah, it just comes across really humble. As England are making a triple substitution. There's Callum Wilson, Phil Foden, and Saka off. Is it Saka? You'd be quite. Would you be a little bit gutted if Saka? Yeah.
The match ball.
Get the hat trick.
Yeah.
You were speaking about Southgate earlier. He took England to had very good success in recent times in England. But do you, as England fans, do you see it as a progression? Because it's like semis in World Cup, finals in Euros. Is this?
This is the one. Semi-final, final, winners. Oh, no! Oh, Iran have scored a goal. That's a disaster. We're going to cut to Malhar to see the reaction at the pub for that Iran goal.
All of a sudden, Lions with 4 goals and Iran with 1. So Iran is coming back on game strong. So the star player have already scored 1 goal, trying their luck hard to get towards nearest to the England. But there's more 40 minutes left. Let's see what Iran can do. And if they beat England on this one, that's going to be a bad one. Because as soon as Iran scored a goal, there was a boo over here. And the fans are not going to liking. The fans are not liking at all what's happening over here. As soon as Iran scored a goal, the fans started booing over here. Their drinks have gone down on the table. Let's see, the tents, there are trends over here as well. There are a few players who are just thinking about it. Like there are few fans who are just thinking about it, what's going to happen next. And the injury still continues. There are a few more injured over here. According to the game, if we see, there are more injuries than goals over here. But let's see how it goes. Yeah, over to you guys. It's going to be a good game over here.
Watched it progress.
Wow, yeah, 4-1 to England. Harry Maguire's on the floor looking flustered, not quite sure what happened there. Saw he got taken to ground in the build-up a little bit, but no suspicion of a foul, I don't think. And that finished by Taremi. Lee, what do you make of that? That was some finish.
Yeah, that was a great finish. I think people might criticize Pickford in it because it passed right by his hand, but those snapshots are difficult, isn't it?
Do you think if we had a certain 6'6" Nick Pope on the pitch, he saves that with slightly longer arms?
It's a tough one, I think. With snapshots like that, when they take it so early, there's no time for the goalkeeper to set. So he has no time to predict it. He has no time to get himself into position, and it's always difficult for a goalkeeper in those situations.
Realistically, do I say it? It's not going to affect the game. This isn't going to affect the result, that goal. Yeah, I had to think, I had to check the time. 33 minutes left. We should be good at 4-1, right?
Yeah.
We should be good. Right. And big man Eric Dyer is coming on with Marcus Rashford. Jack Grealish and Phil Foden. A quadruple substitution. I think Callum Wilson sat back down, which is interesting. I'd like to see him get some game time.
It's not a bad lot of substitutions to bring on.
Yeah, that attacking depth's pretty good, isn't it? But yeah, I think Maguire's coming off for Dyer.
Sorry.
No, you go. What are you saying? Going to slag off Maguire?
I think another player that this World Cup could give a boost to if he does get in some game time is Grealish.
Yeah.
He's been under some stick as well since coming to Man City. So if he could, again, influence the England team in some way, that would definitely boost his confidence.
I don't even think Grealish has been that bad, really. Like, he gets slated again. It's not 100 million price tag, but he didn't ask to get bought for 100 million.
Same as Maguire. What I was saying before. Maguire,
yeah.
Exactly the same. Once you get that price tag, once you're in the England team, everyone thinks you're like, you know.
It's interesting how narrative switch, isn't it? Because the Euros, it was Southgate isn't playing Grealish. What is he doing? How can you not play Grealish? Grealish is a star man. And then now it's like Saka has to play. Southgate has to play Saka, or has to play Foden. But it hasn't been that long. I see Grealish, he's had to adapt his game at Man City to play the Pep Guardiola style because he's no longer the main man.
Give Saka and Foden a few years, and they'll be like, "Oh, why aren't they doing better? Why aren't they?" You know. But
do you think that Grealish's move to City was the right move for his career?
That's a good question, though. Yeah, you got to make a step up at some point because, and you saw his pictures of video of him in the dressing room. I think it was the last day of the season, and he was so nervous about the title. And you see how much it means to him, and silverware like that for a player is priceless, and that's coming from a Tottenham fan who'd be fuming if Harry Kane left. So I can't really talk.
It's probably the only move he could have made to get away from, to leave Villa, his boyhood club and everything. So it's probably, can't see another club certainly in England that he would have joined. Can't see him joining Tottenham or Chelsea or anyone like that. So
I mean, we were close to signing him for about 15 million.
When they were in the Championship,
as Irana on the attack again, blocked by Rice, and a looping effort goes over. Pickford is doing his classic running out of the box, angry at the defenders, which I assume you see quite a lot for Everton, given your defending.
Quite a lot of the minute.
The referee's just...
What's going on?
I'm not quite sure what he's looking at here. As Eric Dyer comes onto the field for, I'm assuming, Harry Maguire? But, yeah.
I love Eric Dyer.
Just got to keep it tight at the back. 4-1's still a good result. You think... Takes a tarnish a little bit off it. But Marcus Rashford over Callum Wilson, what do you guys make of that? Is this Southgate kind of showing his pecking order of favourite strikers?
Yeah, who else is coming off? So, Saka and 10.
What's happening here? This game has been so stop-starty, it's unreal.
Sterling's going off for Foden.
Yeah.
A lot of changes. Yeah. Do you think that's going to disrupt the way that the team are playing?
You'd think so. But
I suppose last 5-10 minutes we haven't been playing particularly well, so true.
What do you make of Mason Mount? Because I saw a Chelsea fan, and I may have agreed with him, on some fan channel saying, what does Mason Mount do? He's not actually good at anything specifically. He doesn't add anything to this play.
I think that's extremely harsh. I think Mason Mount, granted, hasn't had the best of seasons. I think to say that he's not been not been good is a bit unfair. I think he's had his moments. I think his work rate is unbelievable. He brings constant energy to the team. Technically, he's very aesthetically pleasing, which I know isn't.
As Kane plays a ball to Rashford, cuts inside, goal! What a goal! And another Harry Kane assist. Greater. I'm telling you, that's better. That's the better scoreline, though, isn't it? And that's why you don't bring on Callum Wilson. You bring on Marcus Rashford.
And I think that's the important thing of what Harry was saying, getting confidence.
It is, yeah.
Rashford comes on and scores, and that's just going to boost his
But
confidence.
this is what I thought, because obviously watch Harry Kane at Tottenham often. I mean, that's a brilliant little Ronaldo chop, left foot finish. But Rashford is one of the best in the world at running in behind and like basically counter-attacking. And all Harry Kane does in the Tottenham team half the time is play it over the top to Heung-min Son on a counter-attack. So I feel like these two could work really well together. I mean, that's a great goal. What do you make of that?
He feeds the children and he's just fed us, hopefully, a win.
What a man.
That sentence, I was hoping for something more creative.
I think that goal was massive for Rashford because he, at club level this season, he struggled a little bit in terms of his goal scoring. In front of goal, he's been a little bit erratic at times. But I think that, look at the composure, the way he took it inside, weaker foot, put it in the ball corner. That's what you want to see from a forward player.
I mean, we have been treated to a feast of like good, high-quality goals. I mean, even Iran's one was quite something.
This is liquid football, isn't it? What a way to start the tournament. Yesterday's game, Qatar against Ecuador might not have been the best.
Actually quite enjoyed it, to be honest. Oh. Just seeing the Qatari players get really angry and start hacking out the Ecuador.
I was on a train for most of it, but yeah. 5 goals.
5-1. We're going to go and cut to Malhar to see the reaction of the pub for that goal.
Marcus Rashford, the Manchester United guy, scoring for England over here. And as soon as he came inside the game, he was determined to score a goal over here. His work was that he know what he wants to do on the field. And that's what he did over here. He scored a goal for England. The Three Lions are over here with 5-1. And Iran seems to be in a little bit of trouble over here. So Iran has to put their all efforts to reach England. But it seems to be a little bit of trouble over here. But England seems to be on a good point. Kane going out of the game right now, and there should be someone else coming inside. Let's see, as soon as someone else is coming over here. Kane playing a very good game over here. And I think so, like substitution for Kane. And Rashford, who's been one of the... Wilson, who's been the substitute for Kane, is on the field right now. He's a substitute for Kane. And Rashford, talking about Rashford, what a guy. He just scored a goal as soon as he came on the field. He was determined to do so. Let's see, there are more 15 minutes left for the game. If they win the game, England's I think so, the cup's coming home. See you all soon. Have a nice one.
Thank you for that, Malhar. Still 5-1 at England, cruise control, looking dangerous again, and not quite the right ball through, but now it's a foregone conclusion. Can we finally sit back and relax about this England team in this game?
I think that a game like this, it really makes you appreciate how far we've come in the last 12 years. Because I remember in the 2010
gonna get me emotional.
In the 2010 World Cup, that group stage, me being 10 years old, that was one of the most painful experiences that I've ever had. Watching us try and get out of that group was just awful. Look at us now. Yeah.
It was a low for English football. Like, I know the English football goes, but I think it's a great thing about Southgate, if over anything, is the way he's got the country united and caring about the football team once again. It's such a big thing, and like realistically, we've gone to a World Cup in Qatar in the winter. If this happened 10 years ago, there don't need to be that much hype about this, but England, the fans still getting behind the team as Harry Kane comes off the pitch. What a performance, what a man. 2 assists, brilliant performance by Harry Kane. And also, Bukayo Saka came off earlier, not getting the hat-trick. How do you reckon players feel when that happens? Because you've got to be a little bit disappointed.
Yeah, I think there'll be an element of disappointment in there, but I think he'll just be happy that they've got the result they need to get. But I did want to ask you, Matt, do you think that performances like this from Harry Kane, will that lead to a big club coming in? And
oh no, he ain't leaving. I'm telling you, City aren't going to sign him. He's not leaving the Premier League, and he's gonna win the Champions League this season with Tottenham. It's gonna happen. No, I can't even. It's best. This could be his best opportunity at a trophy.
I think it might be.
With Tottenham, it's a funny one because I just think they've thrown so much at Conte, and that.
Oh, I'll back him to the end.
That 18 months contract, they've thrown so much at it, it's dangerous.
Yeah.
You know, unless you've got a particular plan of a 5-year plan, 3, 4, 5-year plan.
Well, we don't.
How you want to develop players and so on. I think it's. I know Tottenham are more or less there with the squad they've got, but if you want to win something, it's hard.
So this point with Tottenham, and it goes back to England, is the. Don't have any youth players coming through at all. Like, we used to be quite a good provider. Tirana through and goal, and what an awful finish by Taremi. Spoon, that's fair to say. What do we make of that finish?
I think the ball's just flown in.
It's yeah, that is horrific.
He's just gone for power, hasn't he? He's just put too much on it.
So Harry, what's the world of Twitter saying about this game? I'm assuming quite a lot of happy English fans.
Yeah, there's a lot about Marcus Rashford. I think that goal has really impressed a lot of people on Twitter from what I'm looking at. I think a lot of people just saying that Rashford's composure is excellent and saying that the piece of skill just before the finish was really impressive, and that's pretty much echoing what we were saying here. So a lot of people impressed with Marcus Rashford at the moment, and rightfully so.
Is there any place for him to start at some point, do you reckon, in this tournament?
I think if he continues doing things like that on a football pitch, then why not?
I mean, he did pull out the old Ronaldo chop, so he's obviously been learning from training, hasn't he?
Absolutely spoiled with attacking options. Like, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's a shame the defenders are so bad. I mean, the centre backs, but even I think
not John Stones.
John Stones is very good. Being coached really well by Guardiola as well. Like if you said about 5 years ago that John Stones would be like slotting in at right back or left back or anywhere needed. But yeah, it's very comfortable for England. And as this game seems to be petering out, England is controlling possession. On a prediction for all you guys, who is winning the World Cup? I need to hear a name.
I think it's only fair to judge off with what we've seen so far. So Ecuador got a 2-0 victory yesterday. Fair enough. You know, they've put their names to the hat. But I just think England scoring 5 today. No doubt about it.
No doubt.
Yeah, seriously. No, seriously. I think probably one of the South American giants, possibly this time.
I want to name which one. Brazil or Argentina? Who would you back for the trophy? Brazil. Leo? Brazil? Harry?
I'm going with Argentina. I'm a Messi fanboy, as we say. So.
Is it too idyllic? It almost would seem too perfect to be true.
I guess I'm a romantic at heart, so those kind of things, you know.
I've always said that about you. Romantic at heart.
One thing though, I spoke to a guy over the weekend and I was asking him, of course, like who he thinks will win. And he brought up a good point, and he said that the South American teams will do well in this World Cup because of the conditions. They're accustomed to the kind of hot climate and stuff. So they are technically in ideal conditions. So it should be.
I thought in 2014, I thought that Brazil were destined to win it for that reason, and they were the home nation. I suppose Germany won it in the end, but it's just been too long since Brazil have won. 20 years, isn't it, since they last won it?
I just don't think you can look past England.
Yeah, like based on what we've seen so far.
But that's not fair.
Like, cause we're a little bit of that iffy nation where if we play to our best ability, I know it's the same for like most nations, but if we play to the best of ability, our attack can match anyone's. Maybe bar France or Brazil potentially, but
I just think mentality-wise, we've probably got a bit of an inferiority complex.
That's
when we play like Germany or
it's how we look when we go to a 5 at the back.
I was going to say Italy there, but you know.
Yes, not quite in there, are they?
Portugal, whoever, teams we've played in the past have been beaten. Possibly penalties. It's another thing people talk about. But yeah, so I think if we can, Southgate, like we were saying before, he's progressed, he's built this team to overcome hurdles like that. I think it is possible. Anyone can win it. It's a knockout game.
Yeah.
As they say in Trinidad, everything happens on the day.
Yeah. Football plays on the day.
Football plays on the day, so yeah. You never know. But
Semi-final, final winners.
Did you see the thing? So they have lions then.
Yeah.
Did you see the thing with the darts? Like, I think 3 players got 66. That was the last game.
Nah, don't. We could be seeing a madness. We could be seeing something. Oh, there's another Iranian player. Is injured.
A multiple of 11. 22, 66. There we are.
Oh, that was good.
Everyone seems to know the score.
I mean, even that wasn't really a bad goal. Maybe this one. Nah, it's definitely good to be fair. Who for you guys? I know it's still about 10 minutes left, but all the main starters are basically off the pitch. Who for you has been the most impressive for England today?
Although Saka did score twice, I still give it to Bellingham.
Yeah.
He's been involved in the goals. Of course, he scored the first goal, and Harry read out the start. He was perfect in the first half. So I don't think his quality has dropped throughout his game. So I would give it to him.
Yeah. What about?
I think Bellingham, for someone so young, his level of maturity on the football pitch is just it's mind-boggling at times that someone so young can just look so composed and so put together on the biggest stage in world football. So I'd go Bellingham.
What about you, Ed? Who's your man of the match?
The boys here, yeah.
Full house of Bellingham.
Yeah.
As he gives the ball away.
Yeah. That's typical, isn't it?
Saka obviously as well. It's a great game, but yeah, Bellingham, everything you've said about his maturity and everything. It's really hope it doesn't join Liverpool.
And for you guys, if you're manager of England and you've seen this forward the back formation work so well, do we stick with this even against the big teams? Is this the way to go, or is it back to the old Southgate 5-back?
Stick with it.
Stick with the 4.
Maybe in the sort of the cagey knockout games, play 5, maybe.
For me, I think there's a danger of obviously beating around 5-1 in the opening game of the World Cup. It's amazing, we'll take it any single day of the week, but I don't think there's a danger of getting carried away. I think with a team like Iran, they don't offer that much attacking threat. If we come up against Brazil or France, someone like that, if we have 4 at the back,
it's a good ball by Foden through.
We could get exposed.
No, 100%. Maguire was playing really high up and balls in. As Rashford jinks in again. Oh, turning the. Oh my God. What have they given Rashford? Right. This is a different player. As Foden has a lot of space.
Giving him an MBE and now he's magic. Yeah.
We're moving the ball quickly, which I don't really associate with England very often.
I think this performance as well, with him seeing that they can't really fall in the back. I mean, it doesn't mean that he has to all the time, but it shows that he can switch it up now instead of just keeping it. So if they do happen to come up against a team that might not have the attacking threat, as you say, they could pull it out of the bag switching to 3 in the back. So.
As the Iranian manager is ball in. I say these corners though, goals will come from this as there's more time stopped, which is always fun. Can't tell. John Stones for England. It's cloud with an Iranian defender.
Money can't buy you stones.
And so for you guys, who is your predicted player of the tournament? Who do you think? Messi.
Always Messi.
Yeah, Phil Foden.
Rogue shout.
Yes, rogue shout.
The man that didn't even start today.
Big fun.
Yeah.
I think Messi.
You think Messi as well?
I think even if Argentina don't win the World Cup, they're going to reach far. And in order for them to reach far, he has to be good. So I think Messi.
Kind of Grealish. And who do you reckon with the breakout star? Like, you know how it's always you had James Rodriguez, you had Cheryshev for Russia. Who do you reckon will break out? I mean, you could say, I don't know, if Bellingham could be a breakout star, even though he's already pretty well known and got a 100 million price tag on his head. But
it's a tough one. It is a tough one.
I'll tell you what I think would be quite interesting. It's because Pogba and Kante are both out. So it'll be Chouameni and Camavinga for France, which, I mean, they're both high quality, but both very young players. So that could even make or break their team.
France's biggest issue is getting out of the group stages. Was that in the last, I think, Italy, Spain, last 3 tournaments, the holder of the tournament has gone out in the group stages. So
And Denmark have become a bit of a bogey team for them. Lost twice against the Nations League.
Denmark are definitely on the up. A lot of people said dark horses in their predictions, but they got to the semi-final of the Euros.
And I don't even say they're a dark horse, really. Exactly, I think it's quite aware what they can do. This is a brilliant move from England. And it's just slowed down a little bit. Rashford on the edge of the box and passes back to Declan Rice, who holds possession and loses it. And Iran could counter-attack here. I think England should have it covered.
Terrible, he is.
And Trippier intercepts, slide tackles out for an Iran throw. But just that's one of those from England where if we're playing against a France and then Mbappe nicks that, you're in a lot of trouble.
Yeah. I was going to say that before. I think a lot of the play hasn't been quite as secure as we would have liked. So, like you say, if we'd have played a France or a Brazil or a Brazil or a France or someone, I think you do get punished in those sorts of scenarios.
Do you think it's a bit of complacency just leaking in? Like the game's won.
A little bit, but I mean, Harry Maguire was so high up the pitch in the first half, but which you can do against Iran. But it'll be interesting to see him come up against the Mbappes or the Neymars, how deep we drop.
Because the game is more or less won at half time.
Yeah.
It's not going to be the same as if it was 0-0, if you were sort of chasing the game possibly.
So the forward players seem to have a real strut in their step with the ball and composure. It'd be interesting to we'll see probably later in the tournament if that continues when the going gets tough. If it's 0-0 in the 80th minute and the pressure's actually properly on, will they still have this composure and that little swag about them?
I think watching Rashford today, it's really reminded me of I watched the Barcelona Champions League game earlier on this season. Ousmane Dembele, when he cuts inside the fake shots going on either foot. Just watching Rashford play today, it's the same kind of thing. And I think players like that with that kind of pace, that kind of composure, they're always so excellent to watch. And I really hope for Rashford that he can continue this. I'm not a big Man United fan, but if he continues this at club level, it'd be good for him. I think I've always enjoyed watching Rashford.
Well, it's hard to dislike the guy. He plays beautiful football. The thing he's done for the kids, the government work he's done has been amazing. And a little bit of me thinks that might have hampered his footballing performance, because for a young guy to have that much responsibility on his shoulders is a lot. But if he can get back into form, especially through England, you can't not be happy for him.
To try and beat him with though, because it's like, when all that sort of started, he got a lot of respect for it. But what football fans are like, what British people are like, they're just ready to go at him, like, oh, we should concentrate on his football.
Yeah.
We're doing that.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. Yes, yeah.
He's put a lot of, not to go into politics, but he put a lot of the government sort of people to shame with that.
Yeah.
So good luck to him, and hope we see him.
He's still such a young guy. Like
25 now.
Yeah, because it feels like he's been around for years. But no, he's doing well. So England are just knocking it about in their own half now. A little bit complacent, or has that gone through? To Callum Wilson, who's through on goal. Will he finish it? Yes. To Greenish for an open goal, and it's 6-1. Wow. I thought Wilson messed that up. Jeez.
It's 6.
That's what £100 million can
make. What a moment for England. And we're going to cut to Malha to see the reaction of the England fans. Or we're not. Or are we? Yeah. One and an interesting boogie.
That celebration, have you seen?
Yes.
Recently, he was.
It's for that kid, wasn't it? Yeah.
I think here it is on. Yeah, it was a kid with cerebral palsy, I believe, and he went to Man City's training ground, and he promised the kid was called Finley. And he promised Finley that next time he scored, he would do that celebration. So that's really good to see.
I mean, what stage for it as well? Like, can be much better.
Super Jack.
So we're going into added time now. don't know how much longer the ref will put on. Surely he puts Iran out of their misery. It's been a pretty gruesome day for them. I know they probably came into the tournament with quite high expectations, but a bit of a grounding experience for them, would you say?
Yeah, you know, it's a shame, isn't it? But England have been ruthless.
Could they have been more ambitious, do you think? Because I feel like they've been so defensive and they've conceded 6. What would have happened if they went for it a bit more?
Yeah, it would have been similar, to be fair. I haven't seen anything from them today which made me, would make me think otherwise. It sounds really small, but it's interesting. 10 minutes at a time.
10 minutes at a time?
In the first half, I heard something on commentary where they were saying about how in a warm-up game against, I think it was Tunisia, Iran, they set up the same way. So it was clearly their plan for a long time going into this game to be defensive. And as I said, in the first half before the goal, I think it was working. I think they were slowing the game down. They were, going down, keeping the time ticking. And then as soon as we scored, I think it just kind of opened some floodgates, and then all the cracks in their plan started to show.
And England are just knocking it about them now. Iran haven't been on the ball. This is the thing. They've worked so hard to get in this position to be in the World Cup. Even some possession. I know they did score a really good goal. You do have to give it to them, but
interesting is I was
any chance?
having a look at their record in previous World Cups. In 2018, they had Spain and Portugal in their group and very nearly qualified. They beat Morocco, lost narrowly to Spain, and then drew with Portugal.
Because it was Iran who had that. Do you remember that throw-in in that World Cup?
Yes.
Where the guy did the roly-poly, the throw-in in the last minute.
Iconic.
Peculiar. I don't know if he's playing, but one of the oddest things I've ever seen. Because in the dying minutes as well, they needed a win. It was so weird. But yeah, this isn't... Is this the same Iran who ran Spain and Portugal close? I would like to say it is, and we've just smashed them. As Foden makes a lovely run through. Yeah. And we're going to go to Malhar at the pub to see some reactions.
Hi Kyle, 1 2 3 check, 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 England winning the game. England winning the game, 1 2 3 check, 1 2 3 check. England winning the game with 6-1. Grealish going for a score for the last minute. Let's see how England going to play. Over here, the atmosphere seems to be pretty chill over here because England has started winning. England seems to be in a very good position over here. Iran, I think, so cannot struggle from here. Scoring more 5 goals for Iran is going to be a little bit tough. So yeah, and 3 Lions pretty won their first game. Easily, I might say easily, but with a lot of injuries. So yeah, Rashford coming out and just giving out for a goal. And all of them, like Bukayo Saka and everyone, played decent enough to score some pretty good game. And we seem to be we seem to have one more goal over here. I don't know what's going on. That's one more goal. Seems to happen, but I think so Iran cannot come up from here. So yeah, that seems England have easily won this game, sitting with 6-1 on their first game at Khalifa Stadium with 40,000 of capacity.
Wow, Malhar, looks like you've really got in the English World Cup spirit. So the game just has about 6 minutes left. What are we saying? Any shake-ups in the game? 7, 8, 9? Another 2. Ambitious. But Declan Rice has it in the middle to Grealish.
I think Iran, they need to tighten up at the back or they'll lose this, quite frankly.
The thing about it is, in these kind of group stage tournaments, I mean, it's so crucial to not concede, because if it comes down to goal difference, they are completely on the back foot right now. So if they do manage to get a result against Wales or USA, it's still kind of sticky because our goal difference is -5 already.
Yeah.
Don't you think the chemistry of England today is so great? Almost, you think they'd be playing for ages together. And I know international football's a bit weird in terms of they go through stints of play and then not playing, but they all look to really be on the same wavelength, which it's a hard thing to do for an international manager, isn't it? Because your players are used to playing 5 at the back, 4 at the back, 1 up top, 3 up top. What do you guys make of just the whole England performance in general? As Iran put another good ball in.
I think it was Gary Neville at the last tournament said that Southgate is our greatest asset. I honestly think, in terms of the international stage, with the experience he's got, I just don't see anyone who could do a better job for England right now than
Pochettino?
him.
As Foden plays a ball, which is quite poor actually, Wilson could have been in.
Does Pochettino come in and guarantee you trophies? He doesn't.
No.
He did a very good job at Tottenham.
Better football than Southgate. That's the one thing about Southgate, is the football is bad. But often it's an international football game. Pretty football doesn't.
Who plays good football and doesn't win anything, or a team that gets to finals, wins competitions, but plays not the most attractive looking football? I guess that's the question.
Yeah, I can't imagine the winning aspect.
If you really want to win,
it's rough.
Yeah.
We just have Jose Mourinho winning nothing for us. Because that was a trade Tottenham fans made, wasn't it? It was like, you get Jose in, get Conte in, just play some like awful football, but you'll win trophies.
Ancelotti with Everton as well.
Now just play awful football and don't win trophies. But we believe. I mean, Korea's just been clattered since he's come on. Absolutely clattered.
He's always fouled so much, isn't he?
Yeah. He has a habit of waiting for the challenge, nicking the ball away at the last minute, and he just draws so many fouls. In a weird way, it reminds me of Jack Wilshere, the way that he used to dribble. I think he used to invite people to come and tackle him, skip past him and get fouled.
Well, the half of the season he had a good leg before he got injured.
Is he retired now, Jack Wilshere?
He's on TalkSport quite a lot, Jack Wilshere.
It's a shame, he had so much talent.
Such a shame.
Yeah.
Sorry, he was really anti-Tottenham.
Yeah,
he was really anti-Tottenham. But I'm an impartial judge when it comes to football. Impartial. But yeah, almost rounding up the show. About 2.5 minutes left of the game. 6-1 England versus Iran. I mean, they've surpassed everyone's expectations, surely, you would think. I think the two wing-backs have been great, Luke Shaw and Trippier. Declan Rice has held it down well. Bellingham, as you guys said, is your man in the matches, who's really controlled the tempo. And it's that frightening pace up front on the wings, and Harry Kane with the pass, although Iran could get another goal here. And he's hit the bar! He had to score. Not that it would have mattered, but...
Was it that scene? In the bar, wasn't it?
Did Pickford tip it onto the bar? What a save! All right.
England's #1, undisputed.
That's actually a mad save.
Get the rave on.
Funnily enough, that was similar to the first goal in terms of the distance, but I think because he ran a bit before shooting, he gave him time to react a little faster.
So if Iran have a free kick.
I think that highlights the danger of getting complacent though. As soon as fell asleep, teams like Iran they can make chances, they can get in behind. So it's important in the later stages against bigger teams because
it's always in behind.
Is not missing that.
Yeah. So that's where the risk is. So I think we're a team that looks best when we get our players in behind and get the balls over, but that's also our weakness when it comes like defensively. It's just without Kyle Walker, it's a slow defence. What do you do if Kyle Walker comes back as a City fan? Are you starting Kyle Walker for England?
Well, the thing about it is, when Kyle Walker comes back, you would imagine a back three.
Yeah.
So I don't know if he comes in and plays the right back to replace Trippier necessarily, because I think going forward Trippier is better. So it will be interesting to see actually when he is fit. And then Walker hasn't played much this season as well.
Yeah.
Whereas Trippier has. So.
And what did you make of Calvin Phillips getting called up to the squad?
Yeah.
He's not played any football, like half hour, I think, for Man City.
Yeah, he hasn't played at all, so I'm glad that he hasn't been picked for this team because I don't think he would have been up to the pace at all. But I'm not surprised he got picked. It is Southgate. He has his guys that he normally picks, so it was really a shock to me. But I think not choosing to play him, especially in this first game, correct decision.
Yeah.
There's some on social media at the moment. A lot of the talk is saying how Bukayo Saka and Marcus Rashford obviously both suffered horrific abuse at the end of the Euros.
Not wrong.
For them to both get on the score sheet today.
Something's gone to VAR here. He's about checking the camera for a possible penalty to Iran. Did you boys see anything wrong there?
I didn't catch anything.
So we'll have a look.
He's checking the screen as well, so this is bad news potentially.
I mean, based on that Ecuador-Qatar VAR decision, I'm not even going to pretend like I know what I'm talking about when it comes to footballing, refereeing decisions, because, I mean... Who's it on? Stones... But did you guys see the one in the first half where he got manhandled? I mean, that's... You can't give that if you didn't give the one in the first half. That's my.
I think that if that is given as harsh anyway.
The one in the first half is more penalty. Like, I know it doesn't really matter in the context of the game, but when it comes to officiating, all you really want is consistency in decisions.
Because what has he actually prevented him from doing there? He's not getting to that ball regardless.
But I don't get why the ref's checking this one on VAR, but didn't check the one earlier for England.
He just took word from each.
Yeah, it'll give a penalty. And he's given a penalty. Yeah, this is, I don't know, it's harsh, very harsh, I think. But it's showing England some of like fragility off the side a little bit, though, isn't it? In the last.
Yeah, they've had a few chances as well.
It was great to see, 6 English goals, but to concede potentially 2, it probably they gave the ref a decision to make, I would argue, which is just.
This highlights how 4 at the back might not be the way to go.
Yeah, potentially. It's just too slow, I think, and people get in between. But we've scored 6 goals, so who knows? Who knows?
I don't know if it's necessarily 4 at the back or just lapse in concentration.
It might be personnel more than natural formation, you're not wrong. As they step up for the penalty. Jordan Pickford, England's penalty hero before. Can he do it again for England? Massive delay. This referee has not let this game flow at all. Come on. As they wait for the penalty to take. The whistle goes. The delay in the taking. Looks very nervous, as bear in mind that this isn't going to count towards anything apart from his goal tally. Oh no, he's doing a stupid run up. Paul progresses, he goes for it now and scores. Sends Pickford the wrong way, and Pickford tries to kick it away, almost kicks him in the face. But yeah, a bit of a poor end for England. Gotta say. Yeah, just set Pickford the wrong way.
Still coming home.
It's still coming home. Yeah, it feels weird, but it's 6-2 up, but that's kind of dampened spirits.
Yeah. They just might have to stop over somewhere on the way first. Not a direct.
But that should be game, you would think. It was Taremi who got the goal. I mean, that's his second. Could be golden boot. Contest between him, Saka, and who was it? Enna Valencia. Who knows? And that is full time. England are victorious 6-2. Up the lads.
And it's full time.
It's coming home.
Time more than any other time.
Whoa, of the boys. It's coming home. A very complete performance, in truth. A very complete performance as all the squad embraced. Ramsdale coming on to see Saka. Obviously, squad mates for a certain team in North London.
South London originally, I believe.
But what did you guys make of it? What does that mean for England in the future of this tournament?
It's a statement, no doubt, isn't it? It's a heavy win, but again, it's like the penalties kind of dampen the spirits a bit there.
Yeah.
But like, overall, right, slightly shady at the back, but overall, I think it's a good performance.
Highly complete.
It's a confidence thing, I think. Obviously it's nice to get a win, but I think there's some warning signs defensively that I think need to be addressed. But
yeah,
it's better to do it in a game like this where we win 6-2 than to do it in a game later on in the tournament where we need to have a clean sheet. So I think there's a lot of positives to take from a game like this.
Win a game in a group stage scenario, you kind of won in the last 16, aren't you? So yeah. Obviously, if we beat USA as well, that should top the group with that. But yeah, promising. Yeah, I'd say so.
Yeah, really not bad at all. I've got to say, I think the wing backs and the back four looked really dangerous. I don't know if because it was against Iran they were allowed to push up so high. But yeah, Trippier and Shaw put in some really good deliveries today, especially Luke Shaw, who has somehow miraculously come back into form. But yeah. But we are all going to go to Malhar at the pub. I think he's got a fan.
Friend here from India. Yeah. My bloody brother. So England won 6-2 over here with Iran making lose them. We have an England fan over here who's going to speak to us for this game. What do you feel about the game?
I think the game was great. It was good to see Saka scoring. I'm an Arsenal fan and an England fan, so it was good to see Saka, Rashford. Yeah, all the 6 goals were really good. I think they're going to be more competitive games going forward, but it was a good game to watch.
What do you think about Iran losing the game? Do you think that that's like what's going to happen over there now in future?
I think Iran are going to have it really hard. It's going to be really difficult for Iran because they didn't show the qualities that England did show.
And who do you, according to the point of view, who do you think is the star player for the game?
Well, it has to be between Saka and Rashford.
What is the best goal according to you?
Saka's goal. It was very powerful, you know, from the inside of the D, but it was a powerful shot.
And what about Rashford getting in as a substitute and just scoring a goal after that?
Well, that's what I'm saying. Rashford only had 3 touches before he scored his goal. Coming from a substitute to a playing position, he did well too.
And what about the future of the England team? What is going to happen now?
Well, I think England have played a pretty easy team, so they're gonna need to continue with the oomph that they have. Yeah, I think they going on, if they do the same thing they've done with Iran, with other teams, I think they'll do well. Yeah, they have depth in their squad. They have enough depth in the squad to do something in the tournament.
Your last views about like what's going to happen, like who's your favorite team and who's going to win the World Cup 2022?
All right, so I got 2 teams in this one. I got England and I got Brazil. I hope the best team wins.
Thank you so much. Have a nice day.
All right, thank you.
So this was one of the fans from England who's going to just, like how England won 6-2. England, Rashford coming out as a substitute and scoring good goals. So that's how England won the game. Let's see what are the future games for England are now. England supposedly supposed to win the cup back home. There are a few fans who are excited over here. The atmosphere here pretty feels very high because as England won the game, I think so the cup's going to come home. Let's see how it goes. Over to you guys.
Thank you so much, that Malha. That's all we've got time for in today's show. Thank you to my guests, thank you for YouTube watching, and thank you for England for bringing us a 6-2 victory. Come on, England. Thank you for watching.